Hi, in this raw video, I will share the 50 tips that helped me make over $500,000 online with Skool at the age of 22. And let's start with the first one, which is you need to advertise more. And let's put more. Once I learned this, my business went from making $4 a month a few years ago to over $50,000 a month, and this was probably one of the most important principles. So, what advertising means? Advertising means that you need to let more people know about your offer, your community, your product, etc. Right? And why is this so important? Is because the number one reason that people aren't successful with Skool communities, in my opinion, is because not enough people know about their community. Not enough people have heard about their offer. Because I can promise you, if 8 billion people right now learned about your offer, you would make some sales and you would make money, right? So that's the first principle. And why this is so important, especially for people that aren't doing a few $1,000,000 a year at least, including me, is because that's the constraint of the business, that there's not enough traffic, right? And I've recently learned about this when I had a call with someone from my free community, free Skool community, and I jumped on it, and then we were talking for like 30 minutes or stuff, and then at the end of it, I just showed him one of our offers that we had, and he was saying like, hey, like, did you have this? Like, I didn't know about this. And I was truly shocked. Why? Because that person who has been in our free community for a long time, potentially for months, they have been talking to me, they have been consuming content, they have seen million links of our like paid product, paid community, but that was the first time of them actually seeing it, right? And actually looking at it. But I didn't know. I thought that, hey, everyone knows exactly what I'm doing. But it turns out that no, we need to tell people that what we do about our offer, and we need to work on getting traffic. That's the first and probably one of the most important principles. So if you're getting started, what I would tell to my younger self a few years ago to make way more money, I think I would make at least 2 million if I knew all these 50 things that I will share with you right now in the last 2 years. But yeah, the first thing I would tell to my younger self would be just advertise more, right? Get more traffic. Let more people know about your stuff. Be very, very, driven about that because it's very, very important. Let me look at my notes because I have everything here open to make sure I don't forget. Hope you don't mind. Here I have my laptop with the bullet points of the notes. So the second thing that I would tell myself would be start with a free community, right? So you don't have to do this, right? But according to the CEO of Skool, right, CEO of this platform, of Skool.com, Sam Owens, they have seen about 6x more efficiency in conversions when someone has a free community, and in free community they give value to people, then they jump on calls, and then they make offer for people to join a paid community or a high ticket program, one-on-one mentorship, whatever, or any kind of service that you might have or product. And I've seen that if you start with free and you help someone, you in average increase the conversions by 6 times. So what this means, let's say that you started doing the thing number one, which is you start advertising more, and now you get leads, now you get people, right? So let's say if you got 1,000 people, right, coming your way and interested in what you do, from this data that Skool has, if you just send this 1,000 people to a paid community, let's say 10 people will buy, for example. But if you have a free community model where the 1,000 people first go to a free place, free community, free YouTube video, somewhere where they get value, and only after that you make them an offer, in average, let's say you got 10 clients from 1,000 people, if you had the free community model, you would get 60 clients, right? So you don't have to do this, especially if you don't have any problems with demand, then, because this, yes, of course, it increases conversions by 6 times. In average, again, it can be 50 times or 2 times, depending on your situation. This is the average, but one thing that is guaranteed is that if you do this, you will have more conversions if you do it right. But the hidden part of this is that there's a cost to this. There's a time cost, attention cost, right? That you need to spend to make the free community available to help people. Not everyone is gonna become clients, so you of course have costs, but that's why if you do it, most people are not gonna do this, you will be able to, in average, make 6 times more money. So that's the second thing that I've learned. The second tip is that start for free YouTube video, free community, anything that can actually, in the beginning, give people free value will, in average, make you more money, right? The third thing that I learned is that Skool, right? Skool, this platform that you probably know, right? It's just a platform. So here's what I mean. A lot of people think that just because they're on Skool, they're gonna be successful. Don't get me wrong, Skool is one of the best platforms ever, right? I've been using it for more than 2 years, right? For a very long time. I'm paying for multiple communities myself for years. So I love this platform, and I'm sure it's gonna get 1 billion users or even more, and it's really amazing. But the thing about this is that people think that just because Skool is amazing as a platform, if you're just there, or if you just have a Skool community or Skool group or whatever, or you are just using it, you are gonna be automatically successful, which is not true, right? The tool won't make you successful. Skool is a tool, it's a platform, right? You need to still do the work. You still need to be in a market where your offer resonates with people. You need to still sell and advertise and deliver. All these things are very important. So this is the first thing I'm saying, is a lot of people are over enthusiastic about this, but they need to face the reality that yes, Skool is amazing, but you also need to put in the work for it to succeed. This is an obvious point, but a lot of people miss it. They say, hey Harut, like I'm on Skool, like why I don't understand. I've made 2 videos promoting it. I'm not a millionaire yet. What's going on, right? So, and that's the reason that people don't get it, that nothing will magically make you successful. All these things will help you, but ultimately you also need to show up and put in the work to become successful. So that's number 3. Number 4 thing that is really important is your niche, right? So I recommend, and probably you've heard about this in a lot of places, but I highly recommend you to be in a niche where that is about either health, wealth, relationships, or happiness. So these are the 4 markets, as you can call it, because the people in average, right, every single person that you probably know, or not every single person, but most of them probably want to get healthier, they want to get happier, they want to improve their relationships, and they want to get wealthier, right? That's something that pretty much almost every single human wants. So once you're in this market, right, and you can clearly communicate how what you do, your community, your offer helps people to achieve this result, you will be more successful than if you just help people to become learn how to become breakdancing coaches, right? I used this analogy in the previous video, but then it still can connect over, say you will do this and you will make more money, but it's gonna be pretty tough, right? Or there are people helping others to play some sort of video game better, right? There's, hey, how I will teach you how to play the game better so you can beat everyone, right? That's not a bad offer, but like it's probably not gonna make people wealthier unless it's professional sports, professional game, online game or something. And it's not gonna particularly make people happier, or it's not gonna be lasting, and it's definitely not gonna make them healthier, right? Or improve their relationships most of the time. So here, what you want to focus on is you want to make sure that you are in one of these categories as much as possible. Are there exceptions? Yes, but if you will be in one of these, markets, health, wealth, relationships, or happiness, it will be easier for you to grow your business and make more money, because the outcomes that you can communicate to people are very clear. For example, for me, if I help you to grow your business, for example, right, it can help you become more wealthy. And like, it's very clear outcome. Hey, Harut, if we work, what will happen? Hey, you probably, if you do the work, you will make way more money. So if you make more money, I don't have to explain to people why it's good, right? Or if someone helps others to optimize their sleep or exercise so they can get healthy, no one's gonna say, but why do I get healthy, right? It's very, very clear and obvious outcomes that people really desire, or how to improve my relationships, or all these things, right? So being in a good niche is very important, because I've been in bad niches before and I understood that this is really, really key. Now, if you're already making money in another niche, keep doing more, don't have the shiny object syndrome. But if you aren't, then consider this. And if you're in one of these niches, if what you do either helps people to become healthier, happier, improve their relationships, or what's the other thing? Health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. Yeah, so basically become happier, improve their relationships, become wealthier or healthier. If any of these 4, then we are pretty good. Okay, so then the next thing that is extremely important is what boat you are in is more important than how hard you are. And why this is important is because a lot of people think that they need to be efficient, right? They think that they need to maximize every single second of the day that they have, that they need to spend as little money as possible to make as much money as possible. And all of these things, of course, are right. But in my opinion, it is way more important to be effective, right, than to be efficient, right? In my opinion, it's more important to be effective than efficient. And here's why. And what's the difference? Effective, at least how I'm understanding it, is you are doing the right things, right? So whatever you make sure that you do the right thing, that you are working on the right stuff. And being efficient means that how you do things, that doing things in an efficient way, where you basically get the most outcomes, the most results for the least amount of waste possible, right? So that's what efficiency is. But why being effective is more important, in my opinion, and that's what I would tell to my younger self to make more money with Skool, and this applies to other things as well, by the way. But why I would say this is because let's say if you are someone that starts a YouTube channel, right? You started a YouTube channel and then you are effective because you picked the right thing. As we all know, YouTube is one of the most powerful tools out there because you can, I'm right now making this video one time and you can be watching this tomorrow, next day, next month, I don't know. Well, you can watch it 10 times, right? So I just spend the time on this once, but it can give value to people for a long time. So it's a very effective thing to do, right? But for example, a not so effective thing can be something like if you go and you try to knock on doors of every single person that might be interested in your service, right? Let's say you help people to improve their conversions on their landing page, right, on their website. And if you do that, if you create content about that, it will be way more effective because you're working on the right stuff. And you don't even have to be that efficient. Your content should be good, but it doesn't have to be the best in the world, and you will still outperform the people that are efficient, right? But they are not working on the effective stuff. So if someone is very efficient, they dress nicely and they go to the houses and they knock on it and say, hey, do you want me to help you improve your conversions on your website, right? It's not that effective because most people won't be interested in what you do, right? Because it's just random houses. But if you do content, for example, the algorithm is gonna show this to people that are interested, right? Because algorithm knows what people want, what people click on, and it's gonna make it easier for you. Now, of course, the best thing would be to be both effective and efficient. So if you can be effective, which means you are working on the right things, and be efficient with it, that's when you have the most results. But this is very important, right? And this is another way of saying it's more important what boat you are in than how hard you row, right? Let's say if you are in a super yacht, right? Or you are in a very, very fast boat, you already picked the right thing, which means you don't really have to row that hard, right? But the person that like has some boat that they made yourself out of wood, right? And it's just 2 meters and they want to go very far and come across the ocean, it's going to be very hard for them, no matter if they are the Olympian in swimming or whatever, right? So this is very important. And why this principle is important is because people sometimes choose the wrong thing. They choose the wrong vehicle. They choose the wrong product to sell, how to market, what kind of platforms to make content on. And if you can figure this out and you can actually make sure that whatever you are working on is the right thing, it will give you the most leverage, right? Then it will become less important how hard you work on it or whatever, right? So this is very, very important. So principle number 5, that's what I would tell to my younger self. And right now you are listening to this, maybe it already resonated with you. You already know how you can implement stuff like this and how you can become more effective rather than efficient. But if not, you can just keep this in mind. And in the future, I promise you somewhere, you will remember about this and hopefully it will help you. So the next thing that is extremely important as well is number 6, which is if you are bottlenecked on demand, you need to focus on doing unscalable work, and if you are bottlenecked on supply, you need to systemize things. So I will write here bottleneck, and I will explain what do I mean. So bottleneck, right? Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. But so why is this important? You need to know where you are bottlenecked. So why can't you 10x your business right now? Why can't you make 10 times more money than what you are making right now? What's the reason? You need to know what that reason is. And for a lot of people, it's because they are bottlenecked on demand, which means there's not enough people wanting to work with you, join your community, learn about you, join your program, etc., etc. Watch your videos, right? So in that case, you need to focus on doing unscalable work. What this means. So let's say you have a free community, right? Free community on Skool, and you promote it on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Twitter or wherever, right? So you run it, right? You are promoting it. And let's say you got 25 members, 50 members. What people do in this situation, they think, oh, now I need to scale it. Now I need to, I have 25 members. Now I need to make sure that I don't spend as much time as possible on them. Now I need to make sure that my time is spent very accurately, right? And I don't waste any time. But what is wrong, in my opinion, here is that I would focus, if you're bottlenecked on demand, you need to just make sure that you do the exact opposite. That you are giving as much time and attention and energy and support as possible to these few people that you already have to help them get results, to help them get testimonials, to have word of mouth, to ask for referrals, to get great at what you do, so then you can promote it even more, right? And that also becomes your competitive advantage. Because let's say there's Alex Hormozi, right? And if you join Alex Hormozi's community right now, he obviously just physically can't jump on calls with you every single day for hours and to help you, right? Because he's very busy. I know you're busy too, but for people that are bottlenecked on demand, if you do jump on calls for several hours a day to help this one person and to give them value, yes, it's not scalable, but that's what you do to become so good, so then the demand doesn't become constraint for you anymore, right? And after you have done it, after you help so many people with unscalable work and they're blown away and they buy something else from you, so now you have the resources to spend more money on getting more demand, hire people, spend money on ads, all this stuff, right? Or if you have a, let's say, job or another occupation, quit it so you can go all in and get more demand, right? That will help you and that will be your competitive advantage. And only after you have a lot of demand, like you are just getting demand every single day, right? And your bottleneck becomes the supply, right? How you deliver the results, the things that you promised, only then I would focus on systemizing it. And this is a big mistake I made last year. It was for one of our businesses that was also generating $50,000 a month. My mistake was that one of my business partners were telling me, hey, we need to spend more money on ads, right? We need to get more traffic because your bottleneck isn't the supply. You can supply, right? So we need to spend more, like we need to get more people to the door, and then you need to unscalable work to make sure that they get amazing results. And only after that the supply becomes the bottleneck, then you start thinking about systemizing things, right? So how do you systemize things? Instead of jumping on calls every day, you hire someone to do it for you, or you record a course with the most common questions, and then you put it there, and every single client that joins, you say, hey, please watch this first, and only after then we will book our onboarding call, for example, which will save you tons of time. So then you start systemizing, right? So right now, you can ask yourself, are you bottlenecked on demand, right? You don't have enough demand, or are you bottlenecked on supply? You have so much demand, you have so many clients, your problem is you are stressed, overwhelmed, you need to make sure you want to be able to take care of the existing clients, so then you can onboard new clients, right? So which one is it for you? And if you are bottlenecked on demand, do the unscalable work, right? Jump on calls with people, give free value, because that's how you stand out, right? And people will appreciate it. You can get more help. Again, you can make way more money when you go deep with the people that you already have, and then you can use it to get more demand. So this is very important. And if you are already bottlenecked on demand, and if you are not, I promise you, once you do this, you are gonna be bottlenecked on demand, which is a great problem on supply, which is a great problem to have, right? When you have too many people that you can't work with one-on-one. But once you get here, only then you will start systemizing things, which is very important, right? Now, let me write down the seventh principle, and which is principle number 7. Let's see. By the way, guys, why I'm recording this video today is because our recent video in this style, surprisingly, did really well. I got some great feedback from people DMing me, so I was really happy for that. So yeah, thank you so much for your support, guys. I really appreciate it. And the more you tell me what you like more, I'm gonna make more videos like this. So to help you. But the tip number 7, which is important, is that you need to solve rich people's problems, right? Like Alex Hormozy says, solve rich people's problems, they will make you money. They will make you one, right? Or solve rich people's problems, they pay better, right? So now, I'm not saying that you need to work with only millionaires or billionaires, right? Because it would be unreasonable. We can't do that, but most of us at least. But what would be great is that if you look at, okay, from all of my customers, from all of my avatars that I have, right? From all of the people in my free community, paid community, social media, who are the people that have the most money that also have a problem that they want to solve, right? Because if you, let's say, want to help homeless people, right? It's going to be very hard for them to pay you, even if they want. And you can help them, but then it becomes a charity, not business. And you can absolutely do that, but you can't count on making money, right? So you need to see, like, when you do business, you need to make sure that whatever you do can potentially make you money, so then you can hire more people, have more impact, make more money yourself, for you, your family, your loved ones, and all of that, right? Which is very important. So for that reason, you need to make sure that you pick a niche where people have money, right? Where they don't have to be, again, millionaires, right? I'm not saying if someone doesn't have money, don't work with them. I've worked with people that didn't have much money, and it was very impactful, and I helped them make more money, right? And it changed their life. I didn't have any money. I was making $4 a month 5 years ago or something, online, right? I've been making money online since 13 years old. It's like been 8 years, and I know that when I was making $4 a month, and I saw a course that it was $100, right? I couldn't afford that, even that, right? And then later I spent over $130,000 on courses and stuff till this day. At least now, I'm sure I'm gonna spend more, but I didn't have the money. So I understand that you want to have impact, but if we are talking about what I would tell to my younger self to make sure that I optimize the business results, I would say sell to people that have money. Right? Don't sell to people. Don't go and help people that don't have a job and are broke to get a job, because they don't have money to pay you, right? Are there people successful in this market? Yes, but it's not the easiest thing. But if you help, let's say, people that have money, let's say you work with entrepreneurs and help them to get fit, entrepreneurs will usually have money, right? So if you do a good job, you still need to show up, get proof, get testimonials, get traffic. But if you do all of that things and you still have a great offer, the person at least will have money to pay. Now, there is also one caveat here, this shouldn't be an excuse for you to not grow, because if your offer is really good, people will find money. I'm telling you from my experience, I've had offers when someone didn't have the money and they got the money, right? And Alex Ramosi has a good analogy on this as well, where he says, it's never too expensive, it's always not enough valuable, right? I'm paraphrasing, but what that means, let's say if I right now told you, hey, I will sell you a Ferrari, a brand new 2024, 2025 Ferrari, right? A sports car, very expensive, that costs $1 million, right? And I'm gonna sell it to you for $5,000. And there's no catch, it's just I'm gonna give that car to you and it's gonna be yours, and you can do whatever you want with it, right? You probably, even if you didn't have 5,000, you probably would find it. You would go and take a loan. I don't recommend doing that, but maybe you could do that, or like ask other people. You would find a way. You would sell something, right? So why I'm saying this is because if your offer is really good and it solves a pain that people have, they will still find the money. But also on the big scale, if you solve problems of people that have more money, then it's gonna be great. And by the way, guys, a lot of you are already doing this, so don't have the shiny object syndrome. If you are already selling to people from mainly first world countries, you are already kind of in that category. So don't think that you need to just sell to entrepreneurs or billionaires, right? No, if you're selling to people from first world countries, and I'm from a third world country myself, so there's nothing wrong with being in a third world country, but you will make more money if you sell to people from first world countries, because that's how economy works, and they just have more money in relative terms to spend to you, and you can provide them the same value but get paid, right? Because $100 to them or $1,000 to them means way less in their country than it can mean in my country or somewhere else. So this is very, very important. Okay, the next principle, which is number 8, is, let me read, it's learn from the best of the best, and this is so important. So let me put learn here, but then I will expand on this a little bit to see why this is important. So learn from the best of the best. So what do I mean by this? Is that a lot of people listen to people that don't have the results, right? Like, let's say you want to grow your Skool community to $50,000 a month, for example, right? Or 5,000, 10, depending on your goal. Maybe you want to do something else, but let's say that's your goal. Don't listen to people that aren't there. Don't listen to people that haven't been there for a long time. Don't listen to people that got there with luck. Don't listen to people that are just, they haven't been where you want to be. This is very important, right? And because whatever comes to your mind, whatever thoughts and lessons that you learn and who you listen to, that's going to determine what kind of outcomes you're going to get in business, right? So it's very important to learn, and mainly learn from the best of the best, right? So if you can learn from Alex Ramosi, if you can learn from some others, that's what I'm doing it, that would be way better than to learn from other people, right? It would be better to learn from me than to learn from someone that has never been on Skool. And I've been for Skool for years, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with that. And I've worked with some of the biggest creators on Skool on the entire platform. And I have all the proofs for that video testimonials, all that stuff, guys. You can go and check it out. It's results.achievegreatness.com if you want to see the proof. But yeah, so it would be better to learn from me. But if, of course, there's someone that is way ahead of me and they are exactly where you want to be, you would rather learn from them. Absolutely, right? You would, if you could learn from Elon Musk or Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos, you want to learn from them, right? Rather than, so if, of course, that's what you want to build, that's what kind of business you want to build. This is so important, guys. I see people all the time just saying, hey, what you are doing? What did you do today? And he's saying, oh, I watched the course. I'm saying, from who? And like, he watched the course from a guy that just started Instagram, has 5 followers there, and is teaching people how to get 1 million followers on Instagram. Like, it's crazy. So be very careful who you learn from. Very careful, right? I'm not an exception either. If you don't like me, if you don't like my style, don't learn from me, right? If you never find what I'm saying valuable, just delete me, right? Block me, because you don't want that. So, and if you are getting value, of course, continue learning from the people that you like. So that's very important. Like, learn from the best. I'm very careful from who I'm learning from. Right? And they need to be undeniably good at what they do for me to even consider listening to them. I'm not saying this from a position of arrogance. It's just that you can choose. There's unlimited information out there. And who you learn from is really important. So number 8, extremely important. Who you learn from is going to be very important. And pro tip I will give you, you always want to look at where is the core of the information. This is a pro tip I will give you. So let's say you hear about the concept infinite games, right? Finite or infinite games. You can hear different people talk about it. But if you know who originally said it, right? And it's very hard to know who said it the first time because we never know. But let's say you know who really was the thought leader in that space, and you go and learn directly from them, from their books, videos. You will learn more than if you just learn from someone that is just talking about it after as the 100%, right? For example, for the infinite games or finite games, I know that there's what's his name? I forgot his Simon Sinek, I think his name is. Yes, he's the one that at least popularized this thing. As far as I know, I might be mistaken. But anyway, the point I'm making is there's concepts that you learn, but if you know originally who popularized or who was the thought leader, the initial, that first source of the wisdom, then you can actually get the best of the best information directly from that. So I highly recommend you, whenever you can, go and do that, right? Okay, so number 9, which is small experiments all the time. So let me put small experiments. Small experiments, right? So small experiments all the time. Why these are important is because when you are in business, right, when you have a Skool community, you don't know how things are gonna go. Like when you ask, okay, if I change my VSL, right, which is a video sales letter, the video in your about page or you have where you talk about your community. If I change that, right, is it gonna improve or not? How do I know? And there are people that spend a month on this to wonder what's gonna happen if I change my VSL, what's gonna happen if I do make this update for my community, what's gonna happen if I start posting these kind of reels on Instagram or these kind of YouTube videos. But the best thing to do is to run small experiments. It's just to do it, right? You don't have to commit to do it for years. You don't have to spend a lot of money for it. You just need to look at what's the smallest sample size that you can test it with. I just test it. Because the faster you test it on a small sample, the more you will know if it works or not. Let me give you an example to make this more practical. So let's say this video. I'm right now experimenting with a small experiment if people like this kind of videos or not, right? Maybe people will, which means I will do more of this, right? If people don't like this as much, I won't do more of this, and I will do more videos that people get more value from, right? So, but I'm not committing, I'm saying I'm gonna make 1,000 videos like this. No, I'm running small experiments, and then based on the results, I'm gonna decide what I do next, right? This is very important. People think, oh, should I spend money on ads? Well, you first need to ask yourself what's the constraint, right? Well, if the constraint is the traffic and the organic ways don't work, and you have the money to spend on ads, for example, and you want to consider it, you would rather just spend $100 on ads in a week and just see what happens and then take it from there than to worry about it, plan the whole budget for the next month, right? No, run small experiments with anything, right? And see how it improves. Okay, you want to make a new VSL with this new style of content? Okay, just do it and upload it and look at if after 1 week your conversion rate improved or not, more people join your community or not. If that's awesome. If not, then you learn from it, go back and try something else. So small experiments all the time, small iterations is really important. That will help you to move like 100 times faster in business than anything else. Now, the next thing, which is very related to this, that's why I included it as tip number 10, is speed, right? So you probably heard about this, that speed is king and you need to move fast in business, and that's actually true. But why this is important is because when you actually move with speed, it doesn't mean that you will sacrifice quality. And that's what I didn't understand for a long time myself, is I thought, hey, I want to do good work. I want to prepare. I want to make sure that always I'm doing, and I'm a perfectionist myself a little bit, so I always this led me to procrastinate, right? But in reality, you can do things with speed without sacrificing quality. Let me explain. So for one of our Skool communities recently, we made over $50,000 already in the past 26 days or something, till when I'm recording this video. And it happened just because I started moving quickly, right? So I had this offer in my mind, I had the people I could contact, all of this, and I just wasn't doing it. But the day when I had to do this, because I'm right now in a competition, it's called The 100, that I'm a part of, where we are seeing who is gonna grow their community the most. I'm in that competition, so I had to move fast. So once I started taking more action and moving with speed, and I launched my community and I just tested it fast, I got amazing results, right? But if this didn't happen, maybe I would wait for another 6 months to make the decision. And the trajectory of my life can be completely different because of the decision I made now, rather than if I make it in 6 months. So speed, very important. You don't have to sacrifice quality. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel, right? Like, why not to do it today? Why not to do it this week? Why not to do it this weekend? Why not to make your first 3 videos and post? Doesn't mean that there are gonna be bad videos, but just do them and just get them out there and see what happens. Maybe you understand you don't like making videos and you quit, and now you don't think about this for the next 5 years. And because you know that you tested it. Maybe you started to fall in love with the process, now you start making more videos, and in 2 years you have a huge audience and now your life is great, right? So speed, you don't have to sacrifice quality, but you need to move quickly. Doesn't matter what it is. The people that get the most done are the people that move quickly, that do things fast without sacrificing quality. And there's so many things that you can do this in business, in school, and online, especially when all this space is moving so fast. So speed is extremely important. Number 11, copy what works, right? This is probably one of the meta principles. Like, this is so important, it's crazy. This principle is probably one of the ones that made me the most money in my life, right? Like, it's crazy. I've been very successful with faceless YouTube channels before from one of my previous businesses. And one of the biggest things there was copy what works. If you see a video went viral, right, on another faceless channel, you can copy it and do another video, do it better, it will work. It works in personal brand. If someone in your niche is making lots of money on Instagram, you need to go and see what's working well for them and copy it, right? Doesn't mean that you need to copy it word to word, or you are still you. You can still do it better ideally, but you need to copy the principles that work. And here's the principle. You need to copy ideally patterns, right? So not only that, okay, this guy is Elon Musk, he has 12 kids, that's why he's making money. So let me copy what works, let me have 12 kids and I will become a billionaire, right? No, that's not copying what works. When you copy what works, you need to look at patterns, right? So let's say for Skool communities, if most people that make a lot of money also have a free community, then that's something that you can copy and have a free community yourself. For example, if it makes sense for you, right? So if you notice that the people that make the most money are the people that are charging the most prices, maybe that's something that you can consider, right? If you saw your competitor going viral on YouTube, maybe if you copy their title, their idea, and make a better video, it will work for you too. So copy what works is extremely important, and probably the number one underrated tactical thing that can help you grow. So copy what works, extremely important. Don't be shy about it. Just copy it, right? You don't want to copy other people's things exactly word to word because it's not ethical, but you can take inspiration massively for sure. And here's the part: do it better. Right? And then no one can compete with you. Okay, the next one. Do more of what works, right? More of what works. And this is probably something I need to hear myself. Most of these tips I need to still hear myself. That's why I'm recording this video as even a reminder for me. It's not that, I'm doing these things perfectly. Absolutely not. Doing more of what works. Like, I noticed once I do this, I make more money. Once I do this, I grow my following. Once I do this, I just get results 10 times faster. So just do more of what works. Right now, look at your business, look at your community for the past 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 10 years, how long you have, 1 month, how long you have been here, right? Look at this and say, what are the periods in my life or in my seasons that I got the best results? What are my YouTube videos that got the most views? What are the sales calls that I had that most people bought, right? What kind of offer I had that I sold the most? Just pay attention to what worked and do more of that. People, for example, post one YouTube video a week and they make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a month from it. Some people, of course, you need to do it for a long time, right? For years. But some people do this. And then they say, oh, should I start a LinkedIn profile from zero? And I don't like even writing. I'm a video guy or a video girl. I want to make videos. And the answer is no, most likely. Unless you want to diversify your business, sell it next month, right? You want to just do more of what works, which is, what about if you make 2 YouTube videos a week? What about if you make 3 a week with the same quality or better? Just test it for 2 months. Let's see how it goes. Right? So doing more of what works, this is key. This is like someone just sells their time and they sell it for $100. Someone, right? Okay, they sell their 1 hour of their call for $100 to help someone to grow their Twitter. Okay, what if you do more of that? What if you reach out to that person that already bought from you and say, do you want to get 10 calls? This call helped you. Imagine if we do 10 and you also get support with me one-on-one with the chat, how much more likely you will be able to get the results. And what if you say, because it's 10 calls, I won't sell it for $1,000, $100 each, I will give you a discount and it will be $700. So you save $300, we do 10 calls, and you get chat support with me. And if in 3 months you don't double your following on Twitter or you don't get leads, I will keep working with you for free until you do. This is just an example. But what if you do this? What if you do more of what works? And every single one of us has these things, right? You did something, it worked, and we just forget about it. remember it, right? Just have some Google document or notes on your phone or anywhere, or physical note, a notepad, anywhere where you write down the things that work for you. Oh, I did this happened. I did this happened. And then just focus on 10xing this, like just brutally going all in, because if you do this, it will make you more money. Right, now the next principle is the number 13. Some people don't like the number 13, right? They say it's an unlucky number. Let me know. What do you think? Do you believe in these things or not? I'm curious to see if you guys believe in this or not. But number 14 is give. Right? You probably heard about this. Now you say, oh, okay, it's obvious, but this is so true. In Skool community, in business, in online business, the more you give, the more you're gonna get. I promise you that. The more you help people, the more problems you solve, the more you're gonna make money just automatically. And how this works is, you can look at this from a religious standpoint, right? Or from just a physics standpoint, that every action has the exact and opposite. Every single action has the opposite and equal reaction, right? Something like this. So, or you get what you give. All these principles, right? They all basically say the same thing, which means if you want to get, you need to give first. Like if I want to, for example, if I want you guys to buy something from me, for example, I want you to like this video, I want you to subscribe, I want you to leave a comment, I want you to tell your friends about this, right? Whatever. For me to potentially achieve that, even have a chance of that, I need to give first. I need to make this video. I need to prepare for this, write down the 50 tips, reflect on my journey, spend the time, record this, overcome the uncomfortable moment of making this video and think maybe someone won't like this. I need to do all of that and still risk that things and give, make this video, upload, make the thumbnail, do like all these things, all these costs that I have before even I have a chance of getting something in return. And I need to do this again and again and again and again and get better and make more videos and better videos and all of this stuff, right? For me to get things. And this is what people don't get. Is they say, okay, now I want to make 10K a month. I want to make 100K a month. I want to do this, right? But what did you do to get it? Are you giving enough? Right? I promise you, if you start giving more, if you just switch your mindset towards how can I make more money to who can I help, and you change your lenses when you look at, oh, I think I can help this person. Oh my God, I'm good at Twitter. This person needs help. I can do this. What if I reach out and do it for free? Oh, this guy. What if I do this? Oh, what if I send a testimonial to this guy? He didn't ask for this, but maybe it will help him, right? And just start doing that and start giving to people. You are gonna get more. This is probably, if I could just remember one thing from this video, this might be it. Like the more you give, the more you're gonna get. This is obvious, but if you do this, you will have more than you ever need. If you don't do this, you won't give what you need, right? So for this principle, give. Recently, I helped a client. I told this story a lot, but we get lots of referrals recently. But this one client sent us, I think so far it's 25 clients already. It grew to 25 or something, maybe 26, I don't remember. But whatever it is, 25, let's say. They brought us approximately 25 clients. And that happened because I gave value to them. I didn't just give something and no, I tried to overdeliver. I tried to make sure that they get the results as much as I could. And they got great results. And the more I gave, I got in a proportion back, right? In business, you make money in a proportion of the value that you create. So let's say Elon Musk, right? He's worth $200 billion. That means just in capitalism that he created trillions of value for this world. With Tesla, with SpaceX, with all other companies that he has, right? He just, that's how it works. He couldn't just create $200 billion of value and then get it, right? Or Jeff Bezos, who is also worth approximately $200 billion. He didn't make that just because out of nothing. He created Amazon, who gave people trillions of dollars of value. Just imagine how many people Amazon helped. How many people just, it made their life easier, they got fast delivery, they got everything that they could want in this world and they can now order it. How many people's life positively changed, right? Because of Amazon. A lot. Is it perfect? No, but it changed lots of lives, right? And that's why Jeff Bezos now has hundreds of billions of dollars under his personal name. It's because he gave a lot, right? So the more you give, the more you're gonna get. Very important principle. So focus on this. So right now, let's say you have a free community, you have 20 people there. If you treat each person there that they paid you $1 million. Imagine these 20 people in your free community paid you $1 million. What would you do for them? Write a list. What if you go and do that things now for free? Of course you're gonna make money. They're gonna tell to their friends, they're gonna make you a testimonial. Some of them are gonna pay you just because they feel bad or they want more support from you. So the more you give, the more you're gonna get. This is the principle. The more I see this, the more I try to implement this, the better my life gets, and hopefully I'm gonna do more of that. So that's at least my goal, and that's what I'm trying to do with these videos. Hopefully I'm achieving that goal even a little bit. But okay, now let's work on the next principles. Let me see in my notes here, and talk about the number 14, which is it's about how many. It's not about how many members you get. It's about how many members you keep, right? And I will tell you what this means. So recently, Skool introduced a new metric which is called churn. It's not a new metric, but they just started showing it. And our churn for our paid community, and we have over 100 paid members, at the moment is just 4%. Now, huge disclaimer, we just started the community, so it's probably gonna change, right? And the more we scale, it's gonna be harder to maintain it. So huge disclaimer. So for your information, according to Sam Ovens, the CEO of Skool, great churn, at least for Skool communities, is 10% monthly. So if it's 10% monthly churn, it's great, which means every single month you lose 10% of your customers if it's a monthly subscription, right? For us right now, it's 4%, again, at the moment, which is great, right? And what that means is if you have, let's say, a 50% churn, right? Every single month, half of the people leave, right? Then you're in a business that compounds against you. The more you grow, the more people leave, the more people tell others that whatever you have isn't good. And it compounds against you. But if you focus on keeping the people that you have, making them happy, right? It compounds as well into the positive direction, because you will make more money, you will improve your profit margin, you will have better word of mouth, right? More testimonials, more people are commenting to their friends, and you will make more money. So it's not about how many members you get, it's about how many members you keep, right? Let's say you are selling your time for $500 for 3 hours, I don't know, right? And then you sell it every month to someone. Cool. Now imagine if you did such a good job that the people that already pay you next month as well, and next month, and next month, and next month. And in the ideal world, they never leave you. Imagine how much peace of mind you would have. You don't have to go and get new customers, because the customers that you already have are so happy, so they keep paying you, and they even can tell a friend, now you get someone else that also never leaves, and you compound your business, right? Like, you can even imagine this for Coca-Cola, right? If you are the owner of Coca-Cola, right, the drinking company, you don't really want, like, it would be better if 1 billion people never stop buying Coca-Cola every day than just 5 extra million people start buying it one time and not buying it again, right? And that's why these companies try to resell to the same people, try to keep their existing customers. Because if there are people that would never stop buying Coca-Cola, they will always buy it, right? And that's how this company can make billions of dollars, because they know no matter what, they have these many customers that are gonna keep paying them, right? Let's say you have an internet or like Wi-Fi connection. You pay for your Wi-Fi, right? Most of us do. Are you gonna cancel your Wi-Fi next month? You're gonna say I don't need it? Probably not. So imagine how good of a model it is for them when they make it so good, or they make such great product like Wi-Fi that everyone wants to have, that you never want to cancel it. So all the next customers that they get, it compounds, it stacks on top of each other. Instead of just getting one customer, next time they leave, another one, and you're always in this hamster wheel. Which is nothing wrong with that. In the beginning, you need to do that to get customers, but then ultimately you want to see how can you keep customers, right? It's not about how many members you get. It's extremely important, especially in the beginning, but then it becomes about how many members you keep. Because once you keep the members and then you add gasoline to the fire, you're gonna crush it even more, because you know most people that join you are never gonna leave you in an ideal world, right? Or less people will leave it, let's put it this way. And even if you have 20% churn, 20% people leave every month, it's still better than half of the people leave every month and 50%. So you can always improve it no matter what, right? So that's why it's so important. The tip number 15, and let's speed up a little bit so we can be on time and I can share all of it. But the step number 15 would be proof, right? So you want to build proof and you want to build testimonials. So right now, guys, if you want to see my proof, you can go to results.achievegreatness.com, right? Go there and you just check it out for yourself, right? And you will see, oh, okay, there's some proof out there, right? So, and once people see this, they are more likely to join my free community, to buy something, to listen to me or whatever, or to tell a friend, right? Or to actually implement the thing because they trust it and get results for themselves. So all of it is because of proof. And when you are getting started, this is one of the biggest things that can stop you. Is no one believes you. Like you say, hey, I'm gonna help you lose weight. If you didn't help anyone else to lose weight, people aren't gonna believe you. So this is something to attack relentlessly and ruthlessly in the beginning of your journey. Or even if you already have proof, it's about building more and better proof, right? For example, for me, I've worked with some of the biggest creators on the Skool community ever. On all-time leaderboard, there's like bunch of people I've worked with and I still work with. So that's because of, if I have this proof, right, I have video testimonials, I have proof, all that stuff, more people are gonna believe me. And if you don't have this, or you have not enough, and proof is never enough, I need to build way more myself. We all need to keep doing it. The more you do this, the more money you're gonna make. The more people are gonna trust you. And here's the caveat. The more proof you get, the better you get. Because to get proof, you need to get better. So it also forces you to get great at what you do, or better at what you do every day. And then everything else becomes easier. Because you are able to deliver results for clients. You believe in yourself, you have conviction, and all of that stuff helps you to grow even more. So build proof in the beginning. If you don't have this, it's a priority. Work with people for free, get them to do, you need to do this to build the proof. Very important. Next step, number 16. Focus on what you can control, right? Focus on what you can control. So focus on control. Let's put it this way, right? And you can imagine I wrote, well, focus on what you can control. So focus on what you can control. Why this is important is because there's two things in our life, three things. There's circle of influence. So there are things that we can influence. There are things that we can control. It's a circle of control. And there's a circle of concern. These are things that you cannot influence. You are just concerned about them, right? So for example, you can't really control the weather, right? It's a circle of concern. You can't really control if someone is gonna buy from you, right? But you can influence it, right? You can't go and force someone to pay you, but you can make better offers, give them more value, make your offer more attractive, make offers to more people, and you can influence how many people buy from you. For example, this video. I cannot control how many views this gets, how many people it helps, how many people take action and get results. But I can influence it, right? This video could be 1 tip or 50 tips. I could just make it longer or shorter. And I'm sure this video can be way better and I'm gonna work on that, right? But there are things that I can influence and I'm gonna keep influencing and getting better for me and for you to get better results. But there's things that I cannot control at all. Like if every single person that is watching this is gonna like this, I can't control that. So I don't want to be concerned about it, right? It's because it's in the circle of concern. And what I've seen is that most people are stuck in the circle of concern, right? They think, oh, but how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? That's not what you control. Focus on the things that you can control. If you do it 5 sales calls and no one bought, you don't control that anymore. Watch the recordings, write the 10 things that you learn from that, go on, book more calls, implement them, and try to influence it. But don't be concerned about that things, right? Or people make 5 YouTube videos and get no views and complain. But that doesn't help you. You don't control that. What you control is saying, next time I will make my script better. I will make my title better, my funnel better, my hook better, my video itself better. I will increase value per second of my video. I will make more videos, better videos. I will do research to see what's working well for my competitors. I will do all these things. That's what you can control. And what's cool about this? If you focus on the circle of influence and focus of control, the things that you can influence or control, it will grow. So you will be able to influence even more things. But if you focus on the circle of concern, it will grow too, and you will be concerned about more things. So it's very important to focus on the right things to make sure that your mental health is great, and also you keep doing more of the things that you can control, and ultimately the things that you can control and influence become bigger as well. Let me explain. So let's say if it's a YouTube video, right? If I focus on the circle of concern, oh, it's the algorithm. It's all about their fault. I don't go viral. Is there something wrong, right? I will worry more. I will now say, oh, maybe I'm shadow banned. Maybe it's because of this, because of that, and it will keep growing. But if I focus on the circle of influence, then what I can do is I can just focus. Okay, now I'm gonna make my funnels better. I'm gonna make my videos better. I'm gonna work on my script, whatever. And you work on these things, and if you grow, now you influence more things because now you have more reach, more people you help. Now you make more money. Now you can spend more money to better teams to help you make better content, and now it grows and grows even more. So if you focus on what things that you can control, you will have more things that you can control and influence. If you focus on things that you cannot control, you will have more things that you can't control, right? And it's gonna ruin your life. So you don't want that. So please don't do this. Big mistake. I'm making it all the time myself. I'm human. But if you do this, it's gonna help you massively. 17. It is listen to your customers. So there's a quote that says, every single problem in your business can be solved by talking to your customers. So your offer doesn't sell, talk to your customers, talk to your prospects. They will tell you why. right? And you will make the offer better so they buy. Say, hey, why you are not buying this thing, right? Your content doesn't perform, listen to the customers. If you don't have enough viewers yourself, look at what content performs better for others. So you see what they are watching. Read the comments under your competitors' videos. Listen to see what people are already watching, right? You don't know, you have high churn. A lot of people leave your community, leave your product. Ask your customers. They will tell you what's the reason, improve it, now they stay. So listening to your customers is the number one principle when it comes to one thing to focus on to improve all areas of your business is listen to your customers, talk to them. The CEO of Skool, Sam, obviously does it all the time. He even asks me sometimes, hey, what do you think about this, right? Not much, but like even I see it all the time. And he talks to a lot of power users of Skool and he asks them, hey, what about this, right? And I love it. I love giving him feedback. And he probably likes it too. When he asks lots of other people, then he talks to, what do you think about this? And people tell him what they want on the Skool platform. He does it, Skool becomes better, right? So if he's doing it, it's very smart. I think you can do this too. And I'm doing this too all the time. I'm talking to my customers every single day. There's not a day I'm not talking to a customer. I'm not asking them a question, messaging them, having a call with them, running surveys, sending them forms, because this helps me to improve every single aspect of the business. Okay, number 18 is become undeniable. This is more of a mindset thing, right? Undeniable. But this is really, really important. Why becoming undeniable is important? It's because if you actually do this, you will achieve every single goal that you have. Let's say you want to grow a large Skool community, right? If you become undeniable, let's say you help people to optimize their sleep. You help entrepreneurs optimize their sleep so they can be more well-rested and improve their life health, be more focused, energized, through that make more money, all of that cool stuff that will come from that, right? If you focus on becoming undeniable in the next decades, no one can compete with you because all the people think too short term, right? They think, oh, how much money I'm gonna make this month or next month, and I understand sometimes we need to do that, especially if you have bills to pay. I know some people watching this have families, and like I understand completely, right? But you will get more results if you think long term and say, how can I become undeniable? How can I eliminate my need of even talking about what the things I've done because people know that. What if you go and you help every single entrepreneur in this world, or like all the people in Skool that are entrepreneurs that are struggling with sleep, every single one of them, you help them so much that they all give you a video testimonial. From now on, you can pretty much do nothing. Like if you helped 10,000 people and you have 10,000 video testimonials, people saying, oh, my sleep was horrible, and I worked with Ben, and Ben helped me with this, and now my life changed, and I'm feeling... You become undeniable. You can chill. People are gonna sell you can. Of course, I'm over exaggerating, but if you do this, if you build this, you will just make a lot of money. So focus on becoming undeniable. That's what I'm doing, guys. I'm working on. Hopefully, some people will watch this video in 10 years if I will have this available. Hopefully, I became undeniable at that point, right? Some people think I'm undeniable now, right? They say, oh, Harut, thank you so much for this video. You are whatever. Please help me, right? But obviously, I'm not at the level that I want to be. I'm 1% of the things that I can be. And I totally understand it. I'm working on this to becoming even more undeniable, right? So if in 10 years, I just grew this channel to 100 times more, I helped hundreds of people. We have hundreds of video testimonials, all that stuff. If I have tens of thousands of video testimonials, no one can compete. So that's very important. Okay, become undeniable, extremely important. Have that mindset and no one can compete with you. So, number 19, don't be cute, right? And by the way, guys, you don't have to implement all these principles or remember all of this, right? The whole point of this video is if you can remember one or maximum two things from this video, one or two, and you implement them, right? And you have some of these things in the back of your head, so whenever you need it, your mind remembers it and you use it in the moment. That's good, but you just need to implement one or two things. So at the end of this video, if you watch this video to the end, you can comment one or two things that you like the most, and yeah, maybe that can help you, or write it down somewhere, right? Whatever works for you. But yeah, just to be clear, because I don't want to overwhelm you, I just want to tell the 50 things I would tell to my younger self, and hopefully it helps you out. But okay, number 19. Just focus, one or two things, that's all you need. So you never know which one will be that one or two things, so keep watching. But if you want to, if they're all good, but yeah, very, very important disclaimer, because if I watched this a few years ago, I would be overwhelmed. So don't worry, you don't have to implement all this. 19, don't be cute, right? What do I mean? Alex Hormozi also talks about this all the time. Not all the time, but often, or at least I saw it several times. So what this means is, at the end of the day, you want to make offers to people that want what you have, and you want to sell them that solution, and you want to deliver. That's what you want. And you're gonna make money. And you're gonna grow your Skool community. Right? Why this is important is because people get you. They work, they spend, and I did this this is probably one of my biggest mistakes ever. I was too cute, and I will tell you what do I mean. By being cute, I mean when you work on your logo, right, for 7 days in a row to make it like cool. Does it matter? Yes, but no, right? Do you need that? No. It's when someone has a microphone that works perfectly fine, but they go and instead of getting more customers, they have leads to follow up with. They are not doing that. They go and buy another microphone, and they do all these things. But that's not the constraint, right? Or they just buy another random course or like YouTube video and watch about it, but that's not the constraint anyway. So people are cute, right? And I was cute, and I'm still cute a little bit sometimes, in the sense of I'm not always relentless with the few things that matter the most. But if you do the opposite of this, which is you say, can I make my offer better? How do I let more people know about my offer? How do I sell that to them, and how do I deliver? You do that, we're gonna make more money. So don't be cute, be relentless, see what's your constraint right now in the business, and just relentlessly focus on that. Not because logos or design of your website aren't gonna help you, but more because of all of that takes attention and time from you that you could spend on the bottleneck of your business that could help you to grow even more. So the principle number 20, understanding the power of compounding. So compounding. So why this is important is probably you know Einstein, right? The scientist. So what he said that probably he said this. We all know that the quotes right now are randomly distributed to people that have never said it, right? But let's say he said it. But it doesn't matter who said it. What matters is the point itself. But let's say Einstein said it, right? According to the internet, with a big disclaimer. He said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. The people that understand it earn it. The people that don't understand it pay it. And this is what it means. That's how important that is, right? That he called it the eighth wonder of the world, supposedly. But what is compounding is that if you, let's have a YouTube channel, right? And you keep posting one video, another, you post 3 videos a week, and you do it for 5 years. In the first 1 week or first 1 month or first 1 year, you can get less views, less subscribers, make less money from the video, from the channel, than after 3 years you make in a week, right? In my entrepreneurial journey, I had days where I had made more money than in my lifetime. And sometimes it keeps happening, by the way. I will tell you that. But yeah, it's crazy. I will tell you an example. We had a record day for us. It was close to $30,000. 30,000. For a lot of you, it's not much. I know people make billion a day, so it's not much, but it's a lot considering where I started from, which was $4 a month, right, years ago. And that money was way more than I've made in the first 5-6 years of my entrepreneurial journey, right? So this is really important. And how compounding works is that it either works against you or it works for you. That's what Einstein meant, in my opinion, where he said, if you understand it, you earn it. If you don't understand, you pay it, right? And compounding works in all areas of life. It's like if you sleep well, if you eat well, if you exercise every day, in 5 years, that version of you, or the version that eats not well, doesn't sleep well, doesn't exercise, in 5 years, they are going to be completely two different people. So in a week, in a day, in a month, you're not going to see that much of a difference. But with time, it's going to compound, right? And why is this? Is because of second and third order consequences. We will talk about this shortly, but in one of the other points. But this is really important. So if you understand this principle, this helps you to not quit. This is how I'm using this principle for myself. Is in times in business that it was the hardest for me. And for my hardest days, I always remember that it's going to compound. Or my YouTube videos are going to compound. My positive word of mouth are going to compound. If I had a client that brought us 25 clients, then another, imagine I do this for 5 years, 10 years, how much more I'm going to grow, how much better I'm going to get, right? A few years ago, I couldn't speak English at all. It's a foreign language for me. Now I learned it, how much it compounded and how much it's going to compound more, right? So compounding. And if you, for example, if you take care of your customers well, in several years, you will have more word of mouth, goodwill that will help you. But if you are scamming people, and then it compounds against you. If every single person that works for you, with you, is unhappy after 2 years, that you had hundreds of customers, all of them are unhappy, it compounds against you. Because more and more people are not gonna know that you are not good, right? So you don't have to be perfect. You can still get clients, get better, especially if you're starting out. No one is, but for as long as you are improving, it will work for you instead of against you. Compounding, very important. If you understand this, you will never quit, because I promise you, every single one of you watching this video, let's say you want to make more money with Skool, right? In 5 years, you probably will make more money in a month than you did in the past years. If you decide to keep scaling and keep growing and decide not to stop at a certain point, if that's your goal, you will do that. It's because of compounding, right? Very important. 21. Do what you love, right? This is a cliche saying as well, and some people don't agree with this, but I do believe it's very important. And why it's important is because even the people that tell you that you don't need to do what you love what they do. Let's have a look at Alex Hormozy, let's say. He says, and I love him, right? I watched all of his content. Here is his signature. But he says, hey, just do the stuff, get the results, doesn't matter. But he also, in a lot of pieces of content, he says, oh, I love what I do. I love working, right? He took 1 year off when he was selling his company, and he sold it for $50 million or more. And then he wasn't particularly happy because he wasn't doing what he loves. He loves working, so now he started working. Right? So you absolutely, like, this is so key. Now, if you, of course, need to feed your family, like, then whatever makes money, just do that, right? And I respect that. But ultimately, in a big scale, if you love what you do, it's gonna be so simple for you. Like, I cannot make this video if I don't like talking about this. Don't love what I do. Don't love the things that I'm sharing. Don't love the version of myself that I'm gonna become if I keep doing this. If I don't love the craft, I don't love the process, I cannot do this. Right? Is it perfect? No. Am I a little bit tired right now? I'm speaking all this time. Yes. Does it matter? No. Because I love it. Right? Like, no one can compete. Like, who is gonna make this video? Like, stand here. It's midnight. It's late, and I'm recording this video, and it might not get much views, but I don't care. I do what I love, and hopefully, if it helps one person, I'm actually happy. Right? Imagine no one can compete because people will stop. But if you do what you love, you will never stop, which means it will compound, which means you will win. Very important, in my opinion. Number 2, and if you look at the people that are really successful, even in Alex Hormozy, he does what he loves, right? If you look at least in my opinion, right? You can ask him, but that's what I know. But even if you look at Steve Jobs, or like all these people, they love their craft, they love the process. If you look at Messi, right, the soccer player, he's great. He's because he loves football. He would do it for free. He was doing it for free, right? When he was a child. So, but that's why you become great, because you love the craft so much more than you would rather do nothing else than the craft. So it's easy for you to work hard and get results because you love it. Cool. The next thing that is important is have a list of whys, right? This is also probably one of my all-time favorite things for Skool. Right now, as I said, we made about like 50K or more in the last 26 days or so with one of our communities, right? Cash collected. Some days I didn't want to do this. Some days we got too many clients that I need to deliver. Some days, either, no matter if I love what I do, I got a negative thought or negative feeling or something bad happened, right? Because it's life. And if you don't have a list of whys, like, why are you doing this? Is it because you want to become better? Is you want to meet the best version of yourself in the future? You want to become them? You want to see how much you can do? Is your why your parents? You want to retire them? Is it your kids, your future kids? You want to give them the best life that you could give them? What's your why? Is it God? Is it something else? Is it the purpose? Why you are doing what you are doing, right? And sometimes it's not one thing. It can be 10 things. It can be because of these deep reasons. Also because you want to buy a car or you want to buy this house. If you have a list of 10, 20, 50 things that you desperately, that you really want, that it really means something for you. And you always have it. And you can, whenever you don't feel like it, you can always pull it up and just look at it. You will find inspiration from it. More times than not, right? And it will help you to do the work, not quit, do the uncomfortable actions and get there. So have a list of whys, very practical. Right now, if you don't have it, see why I'm doing this. Why I'm watching this video from this Harut guy. I'm still watching this long video, right? Why? Right? There is reasons. Write them out. Write them all out. So look at it every morning, right? Every night. It will keep you focused. It will remind you and will give you the energy that will make success inevitable. Very, very important. 23, which is sell privately first, right? This is a practical tip as well, but hopefully the people that are here for practical tip would appreciate this. Sell anything privately first. What do I mean? Let's say you have a free community. Before launching your paid community to them and saying, this is the new thing I made and this is how much it's gonna be, and What if you start selling it privately first and reach out to the person that you know is more likely to buy and say, hey, let's jump on a call. Jump on a call, say, hey, what do you think about this? And get their feedback and validate it first, and only after they're going to sell it. That's what I've done for my paid community. I had like 500 people in my free community, and before even launching the paid one, I went to ask people, what do you think about this? Right? Hey, would you buy this? Here's the link. Let's buy it. I will give you this bonus. And I validated the demand first, and only after I had the first 30 members joining, only then I started talking about it a little bit more publicly, even a little bit. Now I'm even mentioning it, what it is, right? And because I want to sell privately first, make the offer better, make sure that it's validated, and then I put as much attention on it as possible. So this is really important. Like before, let's say you have a one-on-one offer. Instead of just saying the price and shouting to the world, what if you reach out to people that might buy, try to sell it, get the feedback, make it better, and once you know it works, you are confident, that's when you can talk more to more people about this. For example, let me make a simple analogy. Hopefully you will understand this, right? Even better, because I myself like stories or analogies, so hopefully this will help it to, make it easier to remember. Let's say you have a burger or like pizza that you want to sell. Like if you made a pizza, would you rather go and try to sell it to the world, New York? Every single person that lives there needs to eat it. But what if it's bad? What if everyone tried it and they all got poisoned? And now you have worse reputation, now you're in jail, right? But what if you, instead of doing that, you went to the first 5 people, family members, and say, can you taste this pizza? How is it? Oh, okay, it needs to be a little bit more like this, or I need to change this ingredient, okay. And then you keep improving it, and once you know that every single person you give it to, more or less, they like it, now you can be more open about it and go public with the offer. Very important, sell privately first, no matter what it is, get the feedback privately, and then only do it. I do this for myself, for let's say even YouTube thumbnails or titles. Instead of making these titles now, I can ask 5 people, say, guys, which one of these 5 titles you like more? They will tell me, only then I will make this video public with the thumbnail, because I basically validated it already privately. So sell privately if you're selling something or testing, do it privately first, and then once it's validated, then if you do it publicly, you will have more success with that, because then you inquire less risk on it, right? Because one, you will know that it's good, and only then you will let more people know about it. So sell privately, very important. I see people all the time having a price $100 a month of their community, and there's 2 people inside. No one is gonna buy that. It works against you. Hide that page. No one can see it. Sell people on the phone privately from a free community. Once you have 20 people, that's when everyone should know about the offer. That's very important. Cool. The next thing, which is 24, leverage partnerships, right? Partnerships. I did this several times in my life, and every single time I did this, for me, I made more money because I was very careful with the people I'm working with. So this can be also some of the biggest mistakes that you make. So please be extremely careful. Don't just partner up with random people. Don't give away the equity of your business right away, the first day, the first hour you meet someone, right? You need to talk to them, and only after you trust them, if it makes sense, you can consider it. But this is very important. But partnerships really help me. So how that help? They help me. So in the beginning of this year, I reached out to a couple of big people in this space that you probably will recognize, and I try to give them value first, right? And I still do this to this day. I reach out to people, help them for free. And through doing that, I started getting friendships and associations and things that both help the person that I reach out to, and that also help me. So it's a kind of a win-win situation. So you don't really have to be a lone wolf in this game. If there's someone in the community that you're a part of and you like them, reach out. Say if there's anything that you can do to benefit each other, right? What if we can send leads to each other? What if your offers, play together, and these people also need this, and these people also need this? And what if you exchange the audiences and say, hey guys, go and check out this guy, and this guy says, hey guys, go and check out this guy, right? And you both make more money, and customers are happy, for example. So leverage partnerships. You don't have to do this all alone. There's smart people, hardworking people, kind people, ethical people are out there that if you meet, and if you are like that yourself, you will win both of you more. Very important. I highly recommend. Made me hundreds of thousands of dollars last year, this year. Extremely important. Partnerships, leverage partnerships. And there's creative ways of doing this. Doesn't mean that you need to split your business, right? You can just help someone with this thing, they help you with another thing. You do this, they do that. It doesn't even have to be one, right? But very, very important. Cool. Next thing is focus. This is something I struggle with the most myself, and that's why I'm writing it so big, because focus is really, really important, as you all know. But yeah, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. So I'm sharing this. Focus, very important. Some people have a free community, Instagram, and one offer, and they are making 10K a month, and they're asking me, Harut, should I do these ads? No. Is that constraint? Why are you trying to start this new thing? Or should I run webinars? Probably not. If you have an Instagram account and you're posting 3 times a week, and you have a free community, and from there you help people, jumbo calls, and you make them a one-on-one offer, and you make 10K a month, because your offer is 5K, you sell 2 of these every month, and you make 10K. Cool. What if you make 7 reels on Instagram? What if you also do stories? What if you make more stories? What if you make better stories? What if you provide more value to the free community first? What if you become better at sales? What if you make your offer even better? What if you sell people that you already sold 5K thing, even more expensive and more valuable thing for them, that they would be happy to buy? So what if you do these things? Do you think you would make more money? Yes. So I would do these things first, and only then I would focus on, I would try to do something else. And that's what I'm doing right now, right? There are a few things that work well for us, and I'm gonna just do more of this, right? So focus, extremely important. See what's working, cut out all the distractions, all the other things from your life, and just say, this is what I'm gonna do. This is my strategy, I'm gonna go in. Very important. Number 26, we're halfway there, more than halfway, which is awesome. Now we'll speed up a little bit more. Content, very important. Start posting content. This is what helped me a lot. We generated about $700,000. 500,000 was on Skool, 700,000 is from a couple of other things, like a faceless channel, another program that we had that wasn't on Skool. So in the past couple of years, we generated over $700,000 of revenue collected, most of which is profit. And the number one traffic source was content, right? So we did run ads as well, but these people, when they were coming to us on our Instagram, they were consuming content, right? This is right now what I'm doing is content. In my free community, I'm posting content. In the paid community, it's content. It's content, right? Alex Ramosi, right? That you probably know. I've talked about him 10 times during this video because I really love him. So, because he really helped me in my journey. So what he did is that every single day, he spends at least 4 hours a day on content, right? And his hour is worth approximately, $100,000, more or less. And if we count it with that, he spends at least $400,000 a day on content, if you think about it that way. Because from all the things that he can do, he focuses on this. So imagine how much high leverage it is. And content is powerful because it helps you to develop trust at scale. You build trust with people, you help people. You remember the principle give. You give with scalable system. Imagine if I go to your house, guys, and I spend 5 hours and help you. I will go crazy. I would like to do this, but I can't do this for every single person watching this. But if I make this video, hopefully it's also available. And it allows it to be scalable. So content, very important. Alex Ramos even spends sometimes the whole day doing content. And he's making hundreds of millions of dollars a year with his portfolio of businesses, right? In revenue. And if you focus on this, if you prioritize this every day, that should tell you that it's really important. So content, start posting more content, build your brand. If you don't, you are gonna lose. If you do, you are gonna win. You can also have paid advertising, outreach, etc. But the content is the only thing that will make these things better. Even if you do cold DMs, if you DM someone and they saw your content and they like you more, they are more likely to respond. So, or if you run ads, they check out your YouTube first and then they buy from you, already win. So content will help you no matter what you do. So content. Number 27, do more and better content, extremely important. That's what I'm doing now. Infinite games, right? This is Infinite games. And probably I said it's important billion times during this video. So sorry for that, but it's really important. That's why I'm mentioning it so many times. But yeah, so infinite games, right? So as you probably know, there are 2 games in life, which is infinite games and finite games. And Skool communities or online business, it's an infinite game. It's not a finite game. So what's the difference? Finite games like soccer. You played, after 90 minutes, someone won, right? That's it. If it's a tournament, if there's a trophy, someone is gonna win it and it's gonna end, right? Business is infinite, right? You are gonna be like, do you win when you make 10K a month? Do you win when you make 100K a month? Do you win when you make 101K a month? Do you win when you sell your business for how much? 1 billion, 10, 100, trillion? Okay, what do you do next, right? When do you win for YouTube? Is it 1 million subscribers, 10 subscribers? Depends on your goal. Like you can always do more, you can always do better. Your goals can always become bigger. So it's about the infinite game. That's why it's so important to do what you love. To do what you love, in my opinion, is because you can play the infinite game. So you are not trying to just get to this amount then next week or you're gonna die. No, you are here forever. You're gonna like, or even look at the health. Can you win at health? Like you won. Oh, today I won at health. No, the point is to stay healthy. The point is to stay in the business, to have your community, to keep making it better, to keep providing more value, to keep growing your business. It's an infinite game. So if you really understand this, you can take a deep breath and say, oh my God, why am I in such a rush? Of course, have urgency and move with speed, but that doesn't mean that you need to kill yourself in the process. No, it's an infinite game. Know that, right? And that's what becomes beautiful, because you never win. You win when you're playing and you're in the game and you're making progress. And if you know that, that makes it so important, so easier to keep going, because now you are chilled, right? So it's an infinite game. Now I'm gonna just focus on the process, right? Really key, and the results will come as well. That's what's funny about this. Cool. So number 28 that relates to content is give away the information, and sell the personalization. So give away the information and sell the personalization with your content. What do I mean? In this video, I'm giving away the information. I'm sharing the 50 mindsets, tips, things that I would tell to my younger self, that if I had this video, I would make millions more, I promise you. If I knew these things and if I actually did them, I would make more money. But this is information. This is not personalization this much. Like this, I can't right now see. You are right now watching this video. I don't know what you offer. Unless you are in our free community or somewhere where I can contact you or you can contact me. I don't know. Right? But if you give away information and you sell the personalization, hey, imagine if I can do all this speech or give all these tips, but I can only give the tips that I know will help you because I know your business. And it's personalization, it's more valuable. So with your content, give away the best stuff, the best information that you can, and sell the personalization and the implementation. So let's say if I made this video and it helped you, you might still need help you might still want or need personal help or implementation to actually make things happen. Right? Because a lot of us already know these things, we are not doing them. Because we don't know which ones to do first and how to prioritize and how to implement them in our situation. And if you do give away the information, people want the personalization from you because you already helped them. So if you want to make more money, if you want to help more people with content online, give away everything. Don't hold anything back and just try to help as many people as possible. But sell the personalization. If someone wants your one-on-one help, of course, you can't do it for everyone for free unless you are just getting started. If you are just getting started, obviously you can do that. You should do that to do the unscalable work, to get proof, to help people to over-deliver. But then ultimately, you can't do that. So that's why with content, give away the information, help people that way. And how you're going to monetize? With the selling the personalization and implementation. It works incredibly, incredibly well. The next one, which is important, 29, is use inversion thinking. Right? This is also some mindset principle too from Einstein, but it's really great. So inversion thinking. Sorry for my handwriting, by the way, but hopefully you can understand it. But so inversion thinking, why this is important is because sometimes when we don't know what to do, our brains are designed to see the negative, not the positive. So right now, if I tell you what you need to do to grow your community, right? You might know, but you might not know exactly what to do. But if I tell you, how can you destroy your community? What would you do? Probably you will generate more ideas for this task, right? You would delete your community, right? You would never log into your community. You would just start insulting people. You will delete the members. You will not help someone. You will ignore people. You will not advertise it. You won't make it better. So we know all these things. Now, if we want to become successful, we need to do the opposite of these things. Which means we need to be active. We need to focus on the value. We need to let more people know about it, right? We need to improve our skills. We need to provide more value. We need to see what works well for others and copy that, right? We need to do more of what's working. We need to make it easier for ourselves to stay consistent, so we do it for a longer time. We need to learn from the best of the best. So once we know what not to do, we reverse it and we see what to do, right? Charlie Munger, the business partner of Warren Buffett, also used this principle, right? Which is, how do we make sure that we lose money? How do we make sure, and he's an investor, he was worth billions of dollars, he's saying, how do we make the worst investment, right? And he was writing it down, and then he was seeing what's the opposite of that and focusing on that. right? So whenever you're not sure what to do, use the inversion thinking, see what would be the opposite of that, and then that's how our brain works, because we are more likely to see the negative thing, right? So for example, YouTube, this will be stupidest example, but let's say you want to grow your YouTube channel. If someone asks me, Harut, what are the 2 things that you need to do to grow your YouTube channel? Like, you can only tell me 2 simple things for me to have. If I actually do them, I will be more likely to become successful. What would be these 2 things? I would think, how can I make sure that they are not successful? How can I destroy their YouTube channel? What would be these 2 things that would guarantee that they won't be successful? What would be these 2 things? And I would say it would be, if you don't start your channel, you have no chance of being successful. And number 2, if you start uploading but stop, then you lost as well. Because like, if you started making videos and you stopped, like, you lost, right? Like, like, it was the point. So if this is the 2 worst things that you could do, and maybe the third one is making videos that people don't care about, right? Then the opposite of this would be, start your channel, don't stop posting, make videos that people want to watch. These 3 things would be the 20/80 principle to make you become successful, right? But we get to these things by seeing how we do the opposite and then inverting it, basically. So inversion thinking, sometimes it helps. It's a good mental model that you can use whenever you're not sure what to do. Cool. Number 30, let the fires burn. Let the fires burn, right? What do I mean? So right now I'm recording this video. You know what that means? I got probably 30 messages from people wanting something, needed something, asking a question. Right after I end this video, I'm gonna go and immediately respond to everyone and help, right? But sometimes I need to let the fires burn, because if I'm on my phone all the time responding to messages, I will have no time to do other things. So sometimes it's okay to let the fires burn so you can focus on the things that matter the most, right? And after you did it, then you can go back and, handle the other things in the business too. So let the fires burn. Sometimes that's what you need to do, to focus on the things that really matter. Cool. 31. It's all about people, right? It's very important as well, as I said a million times during this video, but it's really true. It's all about people. Your Skool community, who are gonna join it? People, who you are, a person. If you are a crocodile, please comment below. But besides people and crocodiles watching this video, they are pretty, like, that's it, right? It's just these 2 beings that are watching us. So if it's people, right? Obviously I'm kidding, right? I know that only crocodiles are watching this, no people, so it was a joke. But yeah, anyway, people are watching it, right? People are joining your community, people are consuming your content, people are buying things from you, which means the better you get at people skills, soft skills, communication, smiling, listening, right? Helping, giving, kindness, connecting, all these things, remembering names, all these things. If you master these skills, then you pretty much master, it's a meta skill that will help with all the other aspects of business as well. It's all about people, right? And if you understand this, you will also understand the rule of proximity, which means, let's say if it's all about people, which it is, and you want to grow a successful Skool community. If you are around people that have successful Skool communities, do you think you will be more successful? Yes, right? So use that principle. Be around people that already have what you want, or are on that journey, right? Surround yourself with them. Improve your people skills yourself. This is something very important. People don't get, it's all about people. So if you improve your soft skills and you surround yourself with people that are great, you will be great as well. Probably you are great already because you're watching this video, but you will get even better, right? So people skills, very important. Being surrounded with people, it's all about people. If you're surrounded with people that have what you want to have or are on that journey and you are great at communication and you have great relationships with them, you are gonna win just by doing that one thing. Cool. 32. When something works, go all in. This is so key. This is so important. People, I made this mistake so many times. So it was 2021, 3 years ago, almost 4. And I made my first $24,000 a month. And I was 18 or something. With a faceless YouTube channel back then. And it was all profit, 24,000. And in my country, it's stupid amount of money. It's like people's 4-year salary in a month. It was boom. Life-changing. Crazy. What happened? I made it money and I slowed it down. I said, oh, is this my purpose? Should I do this? And I just stopped. I actually stopped posting on their channel because I couldn't handle success. And now you might laugh at this, but this is true, right? And sometimes when something works, we're afraid to go in, but that's what we need to do. Recently, one of our clients, Alexa, she made $72,000. So she joined one of our programs. We have all the proofs. We're gonna post the interview on this channel. She even made a video about that herself when she was a little bit emotional. That video got 80,000 views on YouTube. It went viral. Her talking about her results, which is crazy. Great testimonial for me, and extremely happy for her because she's one of the most hardworking people I've ever met, and she deserves every single thing she achieved, and I'm sure she's gonna achieve so much more. And why I'm saying this is because once she made that money, 72K in contracted sales, the first thing I told her is, now we need to do more. Actually, it happened even before. She made 37,000, and I told her, we need to do more. We need to do another launch. We need to sell more. And she said, oh, really? Can I do this? I said, yes, go all in. If something works, that's the time. That's the opportunity that you have in life to go all in and maximize. So she did it, and then she made 72K. She made doubled the 36K she made. And just that was one advice from me. Imagine how important it is people, the people you listen to. And I listen from people ahead of me, right? And I learn from them. Just one thing I told her made her 37,000. Because it's still her credit because she did the work. But if I didn't tell her, maybe she wouldn't do that. Maybe she would, but we don't know. But I told her, she did it. Say, okay, I will do this. Boom. And how much it was worth to her? A lot, right? And now I'm telling her, hey, let's make $1 million. Let's help more people. Let's grow your channel even more because it's working. So now you need to go even more all in. So that's what she's gonna do. So going all in, very important. When something is working, your YouTube channel is working, go all in. Your product is selling well, go all in. When something works, go all in. And if you're not at that stage, keep working. That stage will happen, I promise you. If you keep improving, things will start working for you. And then you go all in there. Very important. Keep this in mind. This is life-changing. Cool. Although it's simple. 43. Have a clear goal. Clear goal, right? So recently, again, I told this story as well, but the reason that we got 100 paid members in our free Skool community is because I just had the clear goal of getting to 100 members. Like this is funny. This probably you are watching this video and say, "Oh, I know these things," but this is like literally the moment I said, "Oh, I want to have 100 paid members." In a month, I had 100 paid members. Because before that, I was saying, "I want to grow. I want to grow my community," and I was growing it by one member. But when I said I want to have 100 paid members by the end of September, I got there. Isn't it crazy? It is. So having a clear goal won't guarantee that you will get there especially fast, but you will know what you want. Your brain will start optimizing for the things that you can achieve. So be very clear and specific with your goals, because then you will be more likely to achieve them. Number 34, very simple, guys, but this is like just the times I'm doing this video is for myself. I need to remember all of this, right? To do. When you set a clear goal, you will make, some will say, what's your goal for YouTube? They say, make more money. Okay, $1 more. Buy. Cool. Is that your goal? No, right? So what if you say, oh, I want to make $5,000 of profit every month from YouTube. For that, I need to get 25,000 views, convert 1% of the people. I know based on competitors that's possible. I'm going to sell these, and now I need to do this. You will be more likely with that plan to achieve it than you say, I want to make more money, right? Have a clear goal. It's one of the highest ROI activities, a return on investment activities that you can do in your business, in your life. Have a clear, specific goal. And right now I'm saying this, I'm remembering a few things I need to do in other aspects of my life that I need to be more clear, which is important. Cool. So 34 is incentivize great behavior. Incentivize great behavior. So what this means is that if you see someone did something great for you, tell them thank you. Like honestly, like this is crazy, but this is so true. I will tell this. Like I told you that we had a client, Alexa, right? She brought us lots of clients. As an appreciation sign, I said, every single person you brought us, I appreciate you. You are doing it for the right reasons. I'm gonna give them a free bonus, and I'm gonna give you a small commission for that. Right? Not even small. It was pretty good commission, but she wasn't doing it for that reason. But I said, I'm gonna give it to you. She didn't ask for it. I could just say, oh no, I'm not gonna do this. No, incentivize great behavior because people deserve it. And if you incentivize, what people are gonna do? Probably are gonna do more of that. If I see someone supporting me, someone making a great post, I say thank you. Really, thank you for this. Not because I want to manipulate them, but because the only difference between manipulation and between being ethical is your intention. That's all, right? Like if you have some pill that cures cancer, if you know it cures cancer, if you persuade someone to take it, Was it a manipulation or it was a great intention and it was something ethical that you did, right? But if it's a pill that you know will hurt someone and you give it to them and you manipulate them, then it's manipulation. So the only difference between this is it a manipulation is when you don't have the right intentions. But if you have the right intention, then you must do this. You might say thank you genuinely, and I'm always doing it genuinely. If I don't mean it, I don't say it to someone. But if someone did something well, I say thank you for this. I appreciate it. What it does, if they feel appreciated, you feel great, they are more likely to do more of that, which is win for them, for you, and for everyone. So incentivize great behavior and also have some boundaries too, right? Like even for us, it's been cases where, let's say in our community, right? Someone makes a post that I don't like. They are promoting their own stuff too aggressively, or it's not helping people, they're complaining, they're being negative. Let's say someone is doing it, right? It doesn't happen often, doesn't happen almost at all in our community, which is great. No serious cases happened so far. But if there's something that you didn't like, I will still delete the post and say, hey man, or hey woman, right? Please, next time let's do this, because this is the rules of our community. You violated it, nothing personal. Next time I would really love to do this differently. Thank you. And people understand and say, cool, right? So it's very important. Incentivize the right behavior and then don't be afraid to have boundaries for bad behavior, for your team members, communities, other things, relationships in your life. And if you do that, more people will do more of the things that you want. And they will be happy, you will be happy, they will feel appreciated, which is great as well. Cool, what's the next principle? The next principle is 35. Hopefully you guys are still here. If no, go and grab a water, have a glass of water right now, and take a break if you need it. But if no, for people that are ready, the people that are here still watching, we are legends. Let's keep going. Let's continue to learn even more. So the next thing is team, right? Team is important. So especially once you grow, you cannot do it all by yourself. You can't. You need to hire a team. You can start with hiring contractors. You can start hiring a virtual assistant. You can start outsourcing your editing. You can hire a full-time employee, full-time team member, full-time partner, whatever. But you need to have a great team members to grow. This is very important, right? And some of the people I'm working with, these are my favorite people in the entire world, right? And it's such a great feeling to work with them is because it's awesome. You are not lonely. You both grow. You provide more value to your customers. So team, very important. You can't do it all alone. So for as soon as you notice someone that might help you, they might be a great fit to become your team member, consider this. This is the key. You can't do it all yourself. Once you grow, if you can hire someone, don't hesitate. Don't be skeptical about it. If it's the right person, test it. Start with working with them on a shorter period as a test period for a week or two or for a month, and then make a long-term decision. But I think if you do this would be definitely helpful for you. So team, very important. Of course, make sure they have the right incentives, they have the right vision, they have the similar values, and you like them, they like you, they're great at what they do. But if you do this, it's gonna help you a lot. So team, obvious thing, but yeah, you need to pay attention. Cool to that, in my opinion. Number 36, give someone a fast win, right? So let me put it here, fast wins. So let's say someone joins my community, right? If they want to, let's say, start posting content online, I would rather have them, I would do everything I can to make them have the first fast win. So they see some sort of result in the beginning, so they will be more likely to stick with it and get even bigger results. I will tell you an example. And again, let's say the example of Alexa that made 72K, right? With her lunches in less than a month. And by the way, Alexa joined me with the goal of making 4K a month. And she made 72K in less than a month. It's a crazy, not typical result, but it happens when you know what you are doing. Cool. Fast wins. What did I do for her? Literally on our first call that we did, I told her, start a community right now. And I sent her the link and she grabbed her card and she joined the community. Why? Because I wanted her to have a fast win, right? I wanted her to have the community so she can start talking about her community and get the first members and see that and she get excited, have the dopamine meet, do more of that and get better results. So whenever in any situation, if you can get someone to get a fast win, you will make more money. Because if your clients get a fast win, doesn't mean that they get overnight success, but faster, small something that progress, they are more excited to keep that up and to get even better results. So very important, if you can design things in a way that your clients get even smaller but faster wins, so that leads them to work even harder and go even more and to get the bigger wins, because now they're excited and they believe in it more. I recommend you to do that every single time. Number 37, take a deep breath and understand that there's just two possible scenarios. So let me tell you what do I mean. This is a little bit philosophical, or take a deep breath. This is a little bit philosophical or spiritual or religious or faith principle, but this is really key, which is there's two possibilities, right? Like no matter if you believe in God or if you are atheist, whoever you are watching this video. If you believe in God, right, which I do, and you say, and there's creator that is good, right? If that's true, then what you really have to worry about? Now, I'm not saying you need to sit there and do nothing, don't get me wrong. But for as long as you're showing up and you're doing what you can control and you're trying to be a good person and help people and improve your skills and work hard, you are gonna get what you deserve at the end of it. So take a deep breath. Someone asked for a refund, it's because probably that wasn't the best client for you and it was gonna be worse if they stayed. And you don't know that, so trust the process. If you don't believe in this, if you're an atheist, that means that it's just the universe and it's just random. It's just atoms coming together, then destroying themselves and just vanishing. Then it's all meaningless. So then again, take a deep breath. Why do you have to worry? Oh, you got a refund, who cares? Doesn't matter, irrelevant. In 1 million years, in 7 billion years, or whenever sun is gonna explode anyway. What like, I know that it is easy to say, and when you are in that moment and you have the emotion, it's hard. But once you really take a step back and look at and zoom out and look at the situation from a wider perspective, you will see, oh yeah, it's right. Why am I worrying? It's good. I'm healthy. I have this, I have that, right? I have these great things in my life that I need to be grateful for. Take a deep breath and appreciate them and trust the process. Because either it's just random atoms. If you believe in that, then don't worry because it doesn't matter anyway. And if you believe in God, then you are in good hands. For as long as you're a good person and you put in the work and you show up, do these things and then trust the process. This really helps people. From my experience, when I tell this to people, to take a deep breath and say, oh, cool, that's right? And if you can remember this in your hardest situations, maybe this will help you a little bit. So, and if it does, it's already a win. Cool. 38 principle, and we are very close to 50, ladies and gentlemen, and crocodiles. And 38 is frame your mindset, right? Frame things. Let's put frame, right? Frame mindset, okay. So, it doesn't really matter what happens to you, it's all about how you react to it. You probably heard about this. But it's all about how you frame a situation. Let me explain. So let's say someone asked for a refund. Again, to make the same example. If you say, oh, this means I suck, this means that it's the worst program, I'm not going to be successful, it is their fault, it's not fair, then you are in a negative mindset that you are going to just lose. But what if you frame that situation of, oh, this is an opportunity for me to ask why they're asking for a refund, get the most honest opinion I can ever get, which is from a person that is refunding, they will tell you exactly what's going on, and let me fix that, so next time my product is better and I will make more money, because my product got better. And if I really maximize the feedback from this one person that isn't happy and I implement it, my product can become 2 times better and I can make 10 times more sales in the next months or years. But if you frame your mind this way, you can win. And the same thing happened, you just framed it differently and now it's great. Another example. Let's say you got 10 views on your video. You got just 10 views. Some person will say, this means I'm never gonna be successful, this means I'm a failure, my content isn't interesting, I'm gonna fail. If you think this, then you're gonna lose. But if you think, oh, I got 10 members, it's awesome. Imagine 10 people in a room, right? I'm right now in my life, even if I am on a call with 5 people, it's a lot of people. 10 is a lot. And what's gonna happen in 5 years if I keep doing this? So and when I succeed, people are gonna go back and watch these videos. It's gonna be awesome. If you have the same framework, just change how you look at the things, now you will be more likely to stick to it and become successful. So frame your mind. The same situation, like we have had a client that joined one of our programs as well. Xander, if you're watching this, you chat out to you, man. He was making about 4K a month and he works very hard. That's why he's scaled. I'm not taking the credit. He's incredible. I helped him, but it's 99.99999% him. Even 100, right? And he scaled to 11K a month. And one of the things that really helped him is when we did the call, and that's what he told me, this is what helped, nothing tactical, this is what helped me. He said that what helped him, what I shared was, hey man, and his problem was this. He was having sales calls every day and he was making 4K a month. And he was trying to see, oh, how can I not do this? How can I don't like sales calls. Whatever. I just told him, man, like people work hard to get to a sales call. That's their goal. And you don't like this. Now just change your mindset to it's good that you have calls, and now every single call is just an opportunity for you to become better, opportunity for you to help someone, opportunity for you to make more money, opportunity for you to improve your skill, right? And he just did that, and then he said, oh, every day I wake up, I have 6 calls, 10 calls, it's not bad, it's an opportunity for me to become great. It's an opportunity for me to practice. He changed just that mindset, little that framing his mind that way, he scaled to 11K a month. And I'm sure it's gonna grow even more, which is crazy. So frame your mind, change the way that you look at the situation, and if you do that in a way that resonates with you, the whole perspective changes and your whole situation can change to the better side. So highly recommend you to pay attention to this. For 39, don't suffer imagined problems. Don't suffer imagined problems, right? So most of us in our life, including me, this is also something I'm guilty of every single day. We suffer imagined problems. They don't exist, right? I will tell you a funny example. I have a podcast I started, right? I'm sometimes posting it on this YouTube channel as well. And it's with entrepreneurs, with people in this space, thought leaders, all that stuff, right? And I remember when I started the podcast, I was just made like 2 episodes. That now it's like 10 episodes already. We just started, but back then I had just 2, right? And I was thinking, right, so when I have 500 episodes, and I have most of the guests that I already wanted to have, am I gonna have them the second time? Is it good? Do people have the same guests as the second time? I was thinking about what's gonna happen after 500 episodes and spending 30 minutes on it, like thinking, when I made 2 damn episodes, I need to make more. I don't know I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep making. Do people like this? Do I like podcasts, right? It was an experiment. I needed to start. And I was suffering an imagined problem. A lot of for you say, oh, when my YouTube channel grows and scales, am I gonna be able to handle the hate? You didn't even make any videos yet. So don't suffer imagined problems, and most of us do. Most of our problems are imagined. I think it's Mark Twain who said, I suffered millions or thousands of problems in my life, but most of them never happened, right? And that's so true. Most of our problems never happen, it's just worries. And if we don't suffer imagined problems and we focus, okay, what's my next step? What do I need to do now, right? You will be happier, you will be more relaxed, and your energy will be better, you will work harder, you will be more energized, and you will get better results too. So I recommend you, don't suffer imagined problems. This is something I'm telling to myself right now as a reminder, because I do suffer imagined problems. And I do look too far into the future, which is sometimes great to do because you plan the future, but it's not really necessary. You don't have to imagine like suffer these imagined problems, right? Like Marcus Aurelius said, who was the Roman emperor, right? He said, you don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. It's really powerful. You don't have to turn it into something. It doesn't have to upset you. Whenever you are in a bad situation, this is something I remind myself. I say, hey, this thing happened. Does it have to upset me, or it's my choice, right? Okay, I think it's mainly my choice, right? If I just frame my mind differently, like, it will be better. So yeah, don't try to not suffer imagined problems. Please focus on what's the constraint, what's the next step for you to take, and just do that. And your life will become so much better, including me. I'm gonna keep doing that as well. Cool. The next thing, which is important, is don't waste time, right? And this is also obvious, but this is key. So this is what I started doing when probably this was one of the biggest things that helped me make the 500K with Skool, is I stopped wasting time. I stopped wasting time watching entertainment videos. Sometimes I still do, but I eliminated 99% of it. I stopped spending time on anything else pretty much, rather than just a few things that matter the most in my life. And once I did this, now you have all this extra time. So before adding things, like you want to make money with Skool, let's say, before adding all these things, right? Before adding all these responsibilities and strategies and new things you need to do, start by distraction of things, eliminate things, deduct things, right? Because if you do that, you free up so much time, because it takes time for you to build something new, to implement a new strategy. But just stopping wasting time on something is just a decision, right? You were working on this TikTok that isn't even helping you, just stopped. Boom, 3 hours a day back, right? You were doing these 5 things, boom, now you don't do this. You do all the things that matter the most. So both from personal life and professional life, if you stop doing the things that you don't matter and you sacrifice them, you will get more results for the business, right? So don't waste time. Hopefully, this is a very simple principle, really important. Okay, we're getting there. 9 more. Understand the second and third order consequences, second and third, right? I said that we will talk about this, if you remember, in the compounding principle. So second and third order consequences. So I learned this from some of us from the CEO of Skool, and the example he gave was really genius. He said, imagine if you buy a TV, right? You are an entrepreneur and you want to buy a TV. This is an example. So, cool. So a lot of people look at the TV and say, okay, how much it costs? Oh, it costs $700, right? And they think that the only cost of the TV is $700. And it's all because we don't understand second and third order consequences. And what is the second and third order? Is the first order consequence of buying the TV is that now you paid for it and now you are gonna put it in your house. But the second order consequence is that now you are gonna use it and you're gonna watch it. And the third order consequence is that now you're gonna spend time on it. Now, you, of course, if you want to watch a TV, go and do that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. If you do work when you work, rest when you rest, it's up to you. But if you haven't thought about this, then it's not a good decision. Because if you buy the TV and you didn't think about the second and third order consequence, and now you're wasting your time, now you're comparing yourself to others because you are watching all this entertainment, now you become even more depressed because you are watching the TV, but you are thinking that you should work that time, now you are even more depressed because you think that you shouldn't have done it, and it all kind of compounds to the 5th and millionth order consequence into something negative. But it also works into the positive side. What if you read the book? What if you watch this video, right? You watch this video, and what's the first order consequence? You might remember 1 or 2 things that might help you, right? But what's the second and third order consequence? That you change your mindset, that now some of these principles that you won't use right now, you might use in a month, in a year, and it can boom. Let's say you remember that you need to go all in when things work. You just remember this, in whenever it is, things start working well, you just remember this, boom, go all in and make money. So that things are just the second, third, fourth, fifth order consequences, right? So it works both on the positive and negative side, right? Or let's say you start a YouTube channel, right? You think, oh, I'm gonna make YouTube videos, get views, make money. But what if the second order consequence is that you become a better speaker, that you become more confident? Like, I'm an introvert, I'm making this video, this is a long video. I'm talking, it's not easy, but I'm doing it, right? Because I love it. But is the second order consequence I'm getting better at this, and in 10 years, hopefully I will be way better. But we don't see this when we start. What's the third order consequence? We might, through our YouTube videos, not only I help others start, let's say, making videos, but their videos now help more people. And that helps more people. Or like it compounds towards the direction. So second and third order consequence is very important. If you do things right, they are gonna compound to your benefit. If you do bad things or wrong things, it's gonna compound against you as well. So understand second and third order consequences and think about them. Extremely important. And that's how it connects to the principle 42 that I learned, which is play it out, right? Play it out. So what this means is that whenever you're starting something, play it out. Think about in the second and third order consequence. Say, okay, if I right now start this, if I fake my testimonials, because I know a lot of people do, right? I don't, but I know a lot of people do, right? And play it out. What if you keep doing it? What's the second and third order consequence of that? Now you're gonna feel bad about yourself. Now you don't have the conviction. Now you feel like a fraud. Now you feel imposter syndrome. And now you're gonna quit. So, but if people don't play this out, they'll say, oh, nothing is gonna happen. But they don't understand this. Or let's have a look at this as a positive side. Play it out for starting a free community. Let's say you want to start a free community on Skool. Play it out. What's gonna happen? Not only you will start it, more people will join that, and then they will upgrade to paid or something, but you will help people, and that the second order further consequence is that now they will tell their friends. Now, because you help people for free, you have more practice to get better at your skill of teaching that, right? Now that compounds. So look, play things out. Whenever you say, oh, should I do this or should I do that? Play it out. Let's say someone asks me, Harut, should I start a YouTube channel or a Twitter account? Play it out. If you start YouTube, what's gonna happen? You're gonna make more and more and more videos. If you start Twitter, you're gonna get more and more and more better at writing. Play it out. In 10 years, do you want to write more and don't be on camera? Or you don't like writing, you want to be talking and be on a camera? Which one is more for you? Is it both? Is it some of these more? Do that. So play it out and think about second and third order consequences. That helps you to make better long-term decisions. Okay, 43, which is in my list, is learn to tell stories. So there is a quote that says, "Facts tell, stories sell," and that's so true, right? You need to learn how to sell stories and tell stories, right? Which is something I'm working on too. Is becoming better storytelling, right? And that's a skill we can all get better with. And I'm just getting started with this, so hopefully I will get better. But stories is really key, right? You need to learn to tell the story, right, of your life, of what happened before, of what were the things that you really struggled with when you got started in your journey, or what were the toughest moments, when did you make the most progress in your life, right? When it was the hardest for you, and then you suddenly changed and you made all of this progress. People want to know that. People want to connect to you, right? We watch movies because of stories. We watch videos because of stories mainly, although we don't understand it. When you talk to another person, you always tell stories, like mini stories, long stories. It's all stories, right? So if you master this skill and learn to tell stories, and the biggest storytelling tip that I learned so far is you need to connect to people's emotions. You need to do it genuinely, you need to stay authentic, but you need to tap into people's emotions. Because no one cares. Like, if I was just a billionaire skid, just like I've never done this, I've never struggled, I've never worked 16-hour days, and with days where I didn't eat anything because I was that obsessive. That days, by the way, happened even recently. I had days I'm working 16, 18-hour days, I'm not eating. I forgot, right? So if I tell these stories, someone might say, oh, okay, interesting. So he's working hard, right? And someone might connect to it, right? Or because they see that, hey, it's not always easy. And that's really important. That's really key. So if you can tell stories to people, that will resonate with them. So tell stories in your content, courses, clients. It has a deeper meaning and deeper impact on people, and also helps you make more money. So why not to do that? 44 is have a deep work session, right? Before you do anything else. So deep work. So what this means is, a lot of people know this already, but for the people that don't know or they haven't implemented this yet, you need to have a deep work session. So what this is if you wake up and the first thing that you do, I sometimes do this myself, I'm not perfect, but if you all the time, every day, the first thing you do is you check your phone, right? And you just get sucked to the world and what news are going on and political news and wars and what's going wrong, whatever. How you're gonna get really shit done and focus on really important projects? You can't. If you just start your day and you start responding to a million people and you do this and then at the end of it say, oh, what did I get done today? And it is nothing. Of course, you won't make progress. So we solve this problem by having a deep work session. It can be 1 hour a day. It can be 5 hours a day or more. It depends on you, right? But you need to have a block where you turn off your notifications on your phone or computer. You sit down and you focus on the thing that matters the most in your business. So let's say it's advertising. You want to let people know that you exist. Then if you for 1 hour sit there and turn off the notifications and record the video, then you can, after the video is done and you publish it, now you can go and respond to people, help them, whatever, right? But you need to have a deep work session. So ask yourself, what's the one thing that if you do will help you make the most progress in your business? And have a session where you are only allowed to do that. Turn off the notifications and don't do anything else before this is done. And after it's done, you can work on other things. This really helps you to have exponential leaps in business, because if you do this every day for like 2 months, imagine how much more progress you made rather than the person that just is chaotic and doing impulsive, just responding to things, reacting to things all the time, and they don't have focused time for creating something that will help them in their business. Very important. Cool. 45, and we have 5 more. So take full responsibility, right? We talked about this recently in our community and people resonated with this, so I wanted to share with you guys as well. Take responsibility. So if you watch this video and you say, oh, it wasn't a good video, and like it doesn't work for my niche, it doesn't like my mother doesn't help me in my business, like my clients are negative, I have some sickness, I can't work in a computer for a long time, I have this disadvantage and that, and you blame others, you are gonna lose, because then you give control to other people. But if you take full responsibility, even if it's right, like say if you're right, like you have some disadvantages, we all do, but if you don't take responsibilities for it, you won't win, because what you are gonna do? Okay, let's say you are right, you didn't succeed because you are in a bad market. Okay, then what? Let's quit. But if you take responsibility, say, okay, that's my responsibility. Now I'm gonna change my market, or I'm gonna still become the best in this market. It's still good. There are other people out there right now dying in wars. It's still better to be in a bad market than that. So let me do this. And you take responsibility and you focus on what you can control. No matter what happens, you are gonna win. right? Let's say you have a team member that did something wrong. They deleted something from your community, right? You can say, oh, it's you, it's your mistake. Or you can say, oh, it's my responsibility. I didn't communicate that. I trained them. I hired them. It's my responsibility. If you say that, next time you will hire someone better. Or you will train them. You will communicate better. But if you say it's their fault, you won't change anything. You will just blame. And nothing will get improved. Even if you are right, even if it's not your fault, it's still your responsibility. So if you take more responsibility, the better your life is gonna get. I promise you that. For example, for me, I had a YouTube channel, a faceless YouTube channel a few years ago that got deleted that almost had 2 million subscribers, right? And that channel, once it got deleted, it wasn't entirely my fault, right? YouTube deleted it because, yes, it didn't meet the rules from their understanding, like exactly, but then eventually they gave the channel back after years, which is crazy. After 2 years, they gave the channel back. So, which is funny, but no one compensated me for the 2 years that I didn't have my channel and couldn't get it back. They just deleted it. But I still said it's my responsibility. For these videos, I had some reused content. They were right. I had this, I had this, I had this. And next time, I just created a channel that was better. So I still took responsibility, even if it was painful and it wasn't my mistake, and I focused on the things that I could control. Because that's what helps you to, stay on the track and give the power to you, and know that you are in charge and you are responsible, and ultimately that really puts you in a position of power, and then you are taking actions that will help you to improve your situation rather than just complaining about stuff that you can't even control. Cool. So take your responsibility. 46 is reputation is everything. Reputation, right? This is everything, guys. Like, I see so many people just sacrificing reputation for short-term money, and it's not good. It's gonna catch you. It's gonna come back. It's gonna haunt you, right? It's gonna kill you and kill your business. You want to have a good reputation. I remember this from school. So when I was in school, I think I was at 8th grade, so probably it was when I was 14. I'm now 22, so it's probably it was 8 years ago. Not exactly, approximately. So 8-ish years ago. And I was in a class, and one of my teachers told me, I remember this, she said, Harut, you are getting good grades now, because I was getting good grades in school. So not saying this to flex, but yeah. She was saying that you are getting good grades not because you are really working that hard now. I see it because the older I got, the less I was interested in actually studying. And I said, she said, but you are getting good grades now because of your reputation, because of your name. And she said, first you work for your name, and then your name works for you. And that was very powerful for me. First you work for your name, and then your name works for you. And I said, oh, it's so interesting. And I said, it's right. Like in the beginning years of school, I was working hard, I was studying, and I was getting good grades, and I got known this kid that is good at this subject or whatever. But then even if I wasn't studying hard, if I was, practicing or doing the exam, the teachers, or especially for things where you need to tell a story, or it wasn't like a test physical, but another way of study, like passing the exam, the teachers were obviously biased. Because when they were looking at Harut, it wasn't Harut at this moment, it was all the things that were associating with me for the rest of my time. And we all do this now. When you buy from Amazon, it's because you bought from Amazon 1,000 times and every single time it got delivered, right? Or when you go to Starbucks, or when you buy an iPhone or a Samsung, you like it. It's about the reputation. Next time you can still buy it, not just because of the new features, but because the reputation that the brand has. So reputation, brand, your name is really important. So if you build it right, if you give value, if you stay ethical, no one is perfect. I'm not, right? But I really try to work hard on this. And recently, I saw the exact results of this, which was crazy. Like, the fact that someone tells another person join your community, they join, they tell another person. We have randomly people pay me $10,000, $15,000 because someone else recommended them to me. All of this happens because of reputation. And it takes time to build it, but if you don't, it's gonna work against you. And if you do build it from now on, from today, it's gonna make everything else easier for you. So build a good reputation, really important. Cool, and how you do this, reputation is built from the things that you say and from the things that you do. That's all. The things that you say and the things that you do in this world. That's how your reputation is built, right? If you do good things, if you say good things, if you stay truthful, if you help people, if you never look for shortcuts and analytical things, you will have a great reputation, right? Which takes time, but it's really one of the most high ROI things ever. Cool. 47, which is master skills and do it so many times that you get bored, right? I won't spend too much time on this because you have heard this a lot of time, guys, so I don't want to waste your time, but this is really important. So let's say you do sales, right? Don't do 10 calls and say, oh, I'm great at sales. Do 100, do 1,000. I think I just surpassed my 1,000 call recently that I booked on Zoom, right? It's a lot of calls, you get better. How much good I will be when I have 10,000 calls, right? It's a lot. So skills, focus on sales, storytelling, product development, marketing, communication. These are all skills. Research, that's a skill, right? Work is a skill. Learning how to work hard, how to focus, these are all skills. And do it so many times that you get bored. That's my point. Like, how do you know that you get really good at skills? Is when you are bored and you're still doing it. Like, you recorded your 10 million video, you're still recording the next one. You got so good at it that it's kind of boring, but you still keep doing it with the enthusiasm that you had the first time you were doing it. So skills, do it so many times until you get bored and then keep doing it to become better. Cool. 48 principle is save money, right? This is a little bit outside of business and school, but this is also important. Save money. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. And the first year of business, I wasted a lot of money. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not on yachts or stupid things, no. Mainly things that were needed, but also something that I didn't need to buy, right? And that was a big mistake. And now I'm saving, right? And you need to save. You need to save aggressively as much as possible. And I can get better at this, way better in this, but this is important. If you make your first 10 grand, 100 grand, doesn't matter if you spend it all, right? Save, so then you have the financial independence and financial security for the rest of your life to do whatever you want to do and experience everything that you want to experience in life and help people and do good things for your loved ones, right? Very important. I'm not saying be cheap with your money. I hate that myself, but unless it's your personality, then you can't change it. It's fine. But me, I'm at least what people tell me in my life is that I'm pretty generous, but it's something, especially for this kind of people, you need to save even more because it's so easier to spend money in nowadays, right? So save, very important. Don't miss this. You can do all the 47 principles right, make a lot of money, and waste it all, and it literally didn't matter. So save money, very important. Please do that. Cool. 49. Focus on attraction rather than chasing, right? It's again more of a woo-woo principle a little bit, but it really works. Is if you say, hey, how can I get this client? What should I say? How can I chase it? If you do that, they're not going to buy. But if you position yourself as someone that person wants to, buy from, and you attract them, that will better. So this is also advice, like for people, for YouTube videos. That's what I always remind myself. Don't worry that no one knows you. Seek to be worth knowing, right? That's an attraction method. Don't worry that no one buys from you. Seek to be worth buying, right? Don't worry that no one is giving you testimonials. Become so good that people just want to give you testimonials. So always flip it and do the thing that will make it guaranteed that you will track what you want, right? There's another quote that says, if you chase butterflies, they will fly away. But if you build a beautiful garden, they will come to you, right? And that's so true. And most of us miss this, right? Most of us are focused on the external stuff that we can't control. But what if you work on yourself, on your skills, on your personality, on your goals, on your proof, on your testimonials, on your community, on your value, on your content, on your work ethic? If you do all these things, all the things that you want, you attract them because they just happen and you're not focused on just chasing things. So very important. It's more of a broader principle, but it really works. Cool. The next thing, which is 50. Before the 50, I will give you also a bonus tip for staying here, which is I learned from some of us, and then I will tell you the 50th one, which is in my opinion the most important. But before we talk about this, the 49 principle as a bonus, right? Let me write here. Bonus. Bonus. This is for you, for all of you that stayed here. By the way, if you stayed to this point of the video, comment the word bonus down below. Just comment bonus so I know that you watched this even. But anyway, to see who are these legends that watched all of this video. That's crazy. But anyway, what's the bonus tip? Is that I learned this from Sam Ovens, from the CEO of Skool. He made tens of millions of dollars with online communities, courses, programs, stuff like that, right? And now he's the CEO of a platform that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's gonna be worth billions of dollars. And he's a genius, right? And what he said is that your business is a reflection of your personal life. And that's true, especially as an entrepreneur, unless you have 100 team members, the most of the business is dependent on you. So if you don't take care of your personal life, If you are stressed all the time, if you don't sleep well, if you don't eat well, if you don't exercise, if you are depressed all the time, it always gonna reflect your business. So fix this first. Fix your sleep. And I'm not perfect at this. It happened to me recently as well. As I said, I was working 18-hour days. It's like seasons in my life when I go all in. This is one of the seasons. And I went all in and I was working hard and I got a little bit sick recently, right? And I wasn't sleeping enough. And like today, I slept for like 10 hours or something. And I woke up and I was so energized. And I got so much more today. And I can record this video because I have more energy because I slept well. Because for my business to do well, I need to do well because most of my business at the moment is dependent on me. And most likely it's going to be dependent on you too for your business. So if you focus on your sleep, it makes so much difference. If you focus on your diet, makes so much difference. If you focus on exercise, makes so much difference. Today, I didn't want to do it, but I went and I had a 30-minute walk to get some sunshine, all that stuff. And hopefully it helped me to be more energized, right? And it's not, it won't happen overnight, but if I do it every day, it will compound into something great. So bonus, your business is a reflection of your personal life. So if you know this and if you focus on this, you will get better results in business too. Cool. Number 50, and the last one. Last principle that I will tell to anyone who wants to become successful with Skool or with anything else, which is don't stop. Now, this is obvious. You already probably say, oh, I knew this, right? But this is key. You can do all these 49 and this bonus principle as well and quit and you won't be successful. But if you do all of these things and just say, no matter what happens, I'm not going to stop. It's not over until I win, you will get there. And it's a good story for you as well. I'm sure you have heard about this quote, right? It's not over until I win, right? But I had this mindset since like young age, when I was like 10 years old, I remember. Let's say we were playing a soccer, right? It was a soccer match. And let's say it's like we need to, we can, of course, when you play and there's no rules, it's just you and your friends, you can make up the rules, right? And you play for how long you want, unless someone goes to home and like just you don't play anymore. So there is no rules really. So you make up the rules. So what we were saying is, let's say we were losing, right? We were losing by two points or 2 goals or something. I always remember they said, hey, let's finish. I'm saying no, it's not over until I win. I'm not gonna stop until I win. We're gonna keep playing, right? Or let's say we had a challenge where it's a crossbar challenge. You need to kick the ball and the ball needs to hit the crossbar of the goal and then you win, right? And we were trying again and again and again. And then let's say I tried it to do 20 times and it didn't work, or 50 times, 100 times. I said, I'm not going home until I succeed, until I hit it. And then that's when I won. So it's not over until I win, no matter what, right? When my channel got deleted, I said, it's not over until I win. I'm going to start a new one. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to start this personal brand. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this new channel. And since that, I had way more success with more channels, with more businesses, with more opportunities, right? So it's not over until I win. This is the principle. You can do everything else wrong, do this thing right, and you will still succeed. If you just never ever stop, you say, doesn't matter what happens, how hard it is, how tough it is, how much I want to quit. We all feel like quitting sometimes. But it's about just not doing it. You are allowed to feel it. It's okay. Sometimes when it gets hard, but you still don't have the right to quit, right? If you quit, you lose. If you don't quit, you are gonna keep winning. So, hope this video helped you guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you implement even one thing from these 50 tips, hopefully it will help you already to grow your business, grow your school community, and make more money. And if this helped you, and if you are not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. And I hope you implement this, and in the next month or years, you absolutely crush it in business and become successful. That's my goal, and hope this helped you. We'll see you soon in the next video. And wishing you all the best. Let me see how I'm gonna end the video. Okay, I'm gonna end the video right now. Bye.